gamers? Welcome back to a brand new DSP video. That's right, we are going to be watching the Level 1 podcast. Yet again, he said some bullshit. That is the kind I want to talk about, obviously. But let's get going. Oh yeah, I'm in the wrong window.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
Back from break, and it's time for another fun streaming week. However, it is a shortened week, and we will talk about that today and how that will affect all of our ongoing
By the way, I got felted. On Twitter yet again. So he did say a couple days and all this other stuff, and my brain raced thinking, oh, he's talking about because I saw the DM they had with Kino Casino about how they're gonna have to get a real ID, they're gonna have to go to Connecticut, whatever, right? So I thought this was gonna be like a 4-day off vacation or whatever the fuck. I was wrong. I was factually felted because he's only taking 2 days off, still Thursday, Friday. That he's taking off, and not Friday, Saturday. Whatever, right? So that's what's going on. So he's still avoiding May 1st. Now, I gotta check back because I feel like he didn't stream last year on May 1st. I don't think he streamed last year, but I'll have to check. That I won't say for sure. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson from the fucking day off feltoning. But he's skipping the day off. He's skipping May 1st, obviously. But it could still be about the real ID shenanigans. So we'll see what happens with that. I guess it doesn't matter either way, because the true telltale sign is gonna be when he tells us, guys, I'm gonna take multiple days off or whatever the fuck. He's gonna have to talk about if it's gonna be more than 2 days. I feel like he would have to tell us. So we'll see one way or the other. We'll see one way. If that's even true, right? But anyways, because the other thing I do want to bring up is that she has had other appointments in the past as well. So this isn't the first week where they have to go to an appointment or whatever. So, it could still be that. But we'll see what happens. Again, if it's to get a real ID, well, I mean, either he's doing that because the state said so, or he's doing it because he's going to go to Connecticut at some point, which will be the telltale sign, whenever that is. But that's not why we're here today. I just wanted to clear up my little nonsense I did on Twitter, the little misinformation I was spreading. My bad. Oopsie poopsie, as they say, correct? But anyways, let's get into this bullshit stream video, whatever.
Throughs. Another interesting topic that I'd like to talk about on today's show: people's reactions to releases in 2025. Notably, what I've seen in the last week is a distinct, people's reactions to releases in 2025. Notably, what I've seen in the last week is a distinct, strongly emphasized positive reaction to the release of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered.
This is kind of
to the point.
It's so funny to me. We've had this rant almost every month, in multiple forms, because he would say, "Guys, I'm playing this indie game, and this is getting a lot of attention. Wow! So AAA games, I don't get anyone to stream, but I play a random indie game? What's going on with the game industry, dude?" And now we're doing that same segment again, but with Clear Obscure Expedition, which is a AA game. As far as I'm to understand it, I don't think it's AAA, it's a AA game. So it's kind of in between indie level style and AAA style. It's like AA, dude.
The point where it seems like that's all that anyone's really talking about, but it's actually just happening at the same time that there is a really great RPG.
The reason why people are talking about Oblivion is, dude, it's Elder Scrolls. This is a franchise. This is Like, come on, it's a franchise. If like it's like Capcom remastering Resident Evil 5, yeah, people are gonna talk about that.
RPG out called
Whatever.
Expedition 33. Now, not to say that people aren't talking about Expedition 33, but at least in certain circles, notably my viewing audience, it seems like all
This will be something to remember. He will say, notably in my viewing audience, but then this goes kind of like all over the place.
of the talk and all of the hype is on Oblivion. And so, one must wonder that because of the actions
But how come his audience like represents the gaming community as a whole, right? But his community, they could simply like Oblivion because guess what? He played it like what, 3 to 4 times? Like this dude hyped up Heavy Rain back like for his like what year anniversary was it? It was like 2018, 2017. I think it was 2018 or so. He was like, "This is my 5th year being alive." I don't know, whatever fucking anniversary he was celebrating. And he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna replay Heavy Rain," and everyone was going crazy. Then I think he even played it another time after that. I feel I could be wrong, but he played Heavy Rain like multiple times, and it's like, dude, you like why would you play that game? Correct? Oh, it's because like it's tied to him playing it. He played Oblivion like multiple times, so seeing him play it again, people might say, "Oh, he's gonna do something kooky, something interesting," right?
of game developers in the last, several years and how AAA games are just underwhelming. Do we have gaming shell shock? Is it that now
Oh my god! What?
developers in the last all of the talk and all of the hype is on Oblivion? And so, one must wonder that because of the actions of game developers in the last, several years and how AAA games are just underwhelming, do we have gaming shell shock?
What does that mean? Gaming shell shock. What? I want to
A
hear the
really
beginning
great
again.
RPG out called Expedition 33. Now, not to say that people aren't talking about Expedition 33, but at least in
So there's still people.
certain circles,
What?
notably my viewing audience, it seems like all of the talk and all of the hype
So there are people talking about Expedition 33, but the talk happening in DSP's community is to Oblivion. Is about Oblivion. So what's the gaming shell shock? What does
the
that
hype is on
mean?
Oblivion. And so, one must wonder that because of the actions of game developers in the last, several years
Like he's
and
just
how
saying
AAA games
words.
are just underwhelming, do we have gaming shell shock?
What does
Is it
that
that now
mean?
gamers are afraid to try a new game or just don't get hyped
What?
for them anymore? Because
Dude, this game. Well, first off, Expedition 33 is on fucking Game Pass. I mean, that's already an entry level like program. Secondly, there are people who are playing it. It's all like what millions of copies. It's selling pretty well, from what I'm to understand. If we even care about sales, so what does gaming shell? Because people are talking about Oblivion. What?
because they don't trust them,
And
that
then,
now you'd
and
rather
then they're saying that people are afraid. I don't think people are afraid of Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Or, like. Wait, what?
gaming shell shock? Is it that now gamers are afraid to try a new game or just don't get hyped for them anymore because they don't trust them?
Oh my
That
god.
now you'd rather put all your eggs in the basket of retro and throwback and re-releases.
Oh my god, dude. This is like. This is so dented. It's really like a kid trying to sit at the adult table, trying to sound smart. Yeah, I mean, I think, that, the, oh my god. I'm trying to think of an example. I was struggling because I don't know if I want to make it political. Let's curtail the political talk, and let's say that a kid sitting at the adult table trying to sound like that they understand art. I think the film Iron Man 3 was an artistic masterpiece when Tony Stark said Merry Christmas and here are some explosions. It was very symbolic of Christmas time. I don't know. I don't remember that movie. I just remember hating Iron Man 3, so but it's like really like someone is trying to sit at the adult table trying to fucking sound smart. And it's just like, yeah, gaming shell shock. Yeah, no one likes art house films, guys. Like, and it's like, what?
rather than modern new games. It's an interesting topic, and we will be tackling that and more
Oh
on
my
today's
god.
week beginning
And then we do another schedule for the stream he's doing.
episode of the Level
Whatever.
1 podcast.
But yeah, that was like the intro. For some reason, like, there was a lot to say at that cold intro. I've never experienced where a cold intro I had something to say about.
Week for me is 29th, and I hope that you're excited.
I'm
Chill
not
day,
excited.
a more stay out. I was pretty exhausted.
Wait, what?
Did run off and do some errands and the like.
Oh yeah, this
after
is
my
day
day
off.
yesterday.
Oh my god, I almost
In a
skipped
nutshell,
this.
yesterday was a more chill day, a more stay-at-home day. Did run off and do some errands and the like, but
Okay.
it was more of a relaxed day. And let me tell you, I needed it. Last week being a 6-day streaming week, I was pretty exhausted.
Dude. He has a 6-day working week on average. Average. It's a 6-day work week. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm so exhausted in the 6-day work week. Okay, man.
By the end, I needed to just take time away from being here every day streaming with you guys.
Okay, dude.
Spent a lot of time with my wife. She tried out a couple new games. One of the ones that she tried is Trials of Mana, which is a game that came out in 2023, and I didn't play. And she only played like an hour of it.
Wow.
And thought it was just okay. I don't know.
Oh, she just thought it was just okay. Guess what? So, Trial of Mana fans, get felty. Kat thinks her game is just okay.
Know if she's gonna play more of it today or not. She's basically seeking a game to play, and she's been
Okay, I love that she loves RPGs, supposedly, but she, like, oh my god. DSP is yelling at his chat to, like, watch Expedition 33 and saying people should try this. Why doesn't this dumbass fucking be like, Kat, you should play Expedition 33, man? And it is, like, funny because maybe he would say, well, I don't want her to play it because then it'll spoil me. But guess what, gang? She was playing Horizon Forbidden West the same time DSP was, and they would both like exchange notes, basically. Which is like, whatever, but because it's the same problem with DSP when he's playing games. He's always looking at guides, whatever, so it doesn't matter at this point. But this dude will literally just not tell Kat, hey honey, you should try Expedition 33. It's pretty good, dude. Like, but instead she's like playing shovelware, and then the actual game she played, Trials of Mana, I'm surprised she even know what that means. She plays that game, and it's like, yeah, okay, like, and he's like, I don't know if she's gonna continue playing it. Why does Kat play good game? Why does she drop good games, right? She dropped Persona 3 because it got too good for her. I mean, the game got way too good for her, so she had to drop that game. She then played Trials of Mana, and she's probably gonna drop that too because the game might be too. I've not played Trials of Mana, so I can't say for sure. But I'm assuming it's good if Kat's already ready to drop it. So I'm willing to bet it's good. Oh my god, I'm thinking of another game that she could play, but whatever. But she's just not gonna play Expedition. Why? Oh yeah, and she played fucking Persona 4. I mean, just give you the idea of the range of enjoyment. She played Persona 5, Persona 4 Golden, and then she dropped Persona 3. Wow, dude. She loves she definitely has a preference, but then also supposedly she hates anime. But she's playing Trials of Mana. Okay. Or Trials of Mana. Mana?
She's been looking at different ones recently and hasn't really found anything that's really got her interest for more than just a couple of streams. Like she had tried.
Wait, huh?
She's basically seeking a game to play, and she's been looking at different ones recently and hasn't really found anything that's really got her interest for more than just a couple of streams.
I'm gonna give DSP the benefit of the doubt on that and assume that he means like set like whatever. Saying a couple of streams is like, dude, this dude is so cooked in his own lingo. He describes everything like his business. Yeah, she tried it for a couple of streams. She may not enjoy it because her audience may not support it. She doesn't. No one in her chat's like raving about it. But the chat that he's talking about is like Jasper. Jasper's not raving about the game she's playing.
Like she had tried.
I know what he means, but it's so funny how much he said a couple of streams. Yeah, she played for a couple of streams. Oh.
The Angler, which I guess is from, it's like the Call of the Wild, the Angler. She played that for like a day or two, and then she got bored of that. So really nothing going on right now in gaming.
Yeah, but she plays shitty games.
Really grabbing her attention. It's unfortunate because
oh my god, dude, so between his chat and Cad, that's DSP's like gauge of the gaming industry. His chat that is like full of larpers and bad faith viewers and genuine viewers, whatever, and Cat. That's his window to gaming.
Franchises she used to love, like Dragon Age, well, they just made Veilguard, which wasn't very good. And, Assassin's Creed, they just made Shadows, which wasn't very good. So all the games
Did she even play Shadows?
She used to sink her teeth into and play a lot of gameplay of. They're just not doing it, right?
But, like, why isn't she playing Metaphor? Why is she playing Expedition 33? Like, she likes Persona, and the one thing DSP kept saying about Metaphor, this is like Metaphor and medieval meta. Oh my god, it's like Persona, dude. It's medieval Persona, and she won't even try that game. She's not gonna try a Metaphor. She's not gonna try Expedition 33. That's on Game Pass. But there's nothing out. Oh, okay, cool.
So anyway, I spent a lot of time with her. We ended up having, what did we have for dinner? Oh, Indian food. Ended up having a vegetable curry. Forget what it's called. Is it jalfrezi or something like that? I think we had a vegetable curry with some garlic naan bread. Dude. It was delicious.
Okay. Cool.
And just a chill day at home. So
chill day.
Not a bad day at all. It was a good day of recuperation. I'm back now. I'm energized. I'm ready to go for the next 4 days of
That's
streaming,
why did he have to get coffee
days.
during this?
We got
Oblivion
good variety
stream?
coming up. I feel like we should just tackle the schedule now, get it out of the way.
Yeah, let's go
type around the remaster. I have no.
Wait, what?
Like,
oh my god.
The streams have been around my Oblivion remastered today, and it's funny because what I said in the intro here was, it just seems to me, particularly around my streams this last week, right?
Right.
We have seen.
What did we see, Phil?
Basically, the streams have been hype, but mostly for Oblivion Remastered. And the thing that kind of gets me about that, all right, is very simple. Oblivion Remastered is a freaking remaster, right? It's
but
not
it's a big franchise.
And even on top of that, more notably,
like, dude, people love Oblivion, Elder Scrolls,
Oblivion
whatever.
2 years ago. So why there's that much?
It's so funny that he had a stint of saying that we gotta respect the classics, you gotta respect this and this, and this dude loves remasters. But since like more and more people are like we're dogging on him doing it, he likes to pretend sometimes that he's also against remasters. I mean, he could adopt the nuanced take of they should remaster games that are not readily available, blah blah blah. Like he's gonna eventually adopt that idea at some point, which is like, okay, that obviously, right? Correct?
Much hype around the remaster, I have no clue. I know that tons of people like Oblivion, so I get that. But being that I just played it 2 years ago, it baffles me. It makes me kind of scratch my head that out of all the games I'm playing right now, including Blueprints, the return of Minecraft after being away for 5 years, a brand new hot release in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, that it's Oblivion Remastered, that no lie is getting 2 to 3 times more views than anything else I've been doing.
Okay, so what?
I'm baffled. Now,
He's
listen, I'm happy
baffled.
to be doing it. The quality of this playthrough is so much better than the last. I mean, my webcam, face cam is now full HD quality with a background removal tool. My microphone sounds much better. The visual quality is amazing because the game runs better and my capture and streaming is better. So all the technical stuff has been upgraded, right?
His
But
PC like froze later that
to
day
be
as well.
honest,
Kind of
I
funny,
don't
huh?
know how much more I can make this game entertaining to you because I just played it. You know what I mean? Like, it's
But
gonna be rough if we
whatever.
choose to continue this playthrough as an actual playthrough rather
He's
than me
gonna
just messing
continue
around
it.
with it for a few streams, which is
Like
kind of how I'm.
he's gonna continue it. Why is he pretending like he might not? He's gonna beat it. I'm not believing this. I'm gonna drop it. And then if he does drop it, here's the thing. This is what's gonna happen. When Doom comes out or whatever, you're like, I'm gonna put Oblivion on hiatus. It's gonna be on hiatus. Then he's gonna go back to it when there's nothing going on. Whatever. That's what's gonna happen. Like this dude is so predictable, and it's like it's fine if he wants to play it or do whatever, but I just don't like this being jerked around as if like, yeah, I'm gonna do this temporarily. Yeah, I'm gonna play it a few times. Like, no, you're gonna beat it. Like, come on, get out of here.
How I'm handling it right now. I don't know what to do to make it more interesting because when I played it 2 years ago, I did all of the different factions. I did all of the Oblivion towers that came up against me. You know, I rushed through them, of course, but I got them done. You know, story, we did everything.
Why
It was
doesn't
like a
he just
completionist style run.
now?
So I'm honestly
He does this, but see, this is the thing that they kind of pissed me off when he started this game. He's playing on normal. He did a full playthrough already, and he's still playing on normal. Why does he play on hard then? Like he kept saying, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do a full playthrough, guys." Okay, then do on hard. Play it on hard. Sometimes when I'm playing Metaphor right now. I'm already struggling in that game to be completely transparent about my progress in Metaphor. I'm struggling in that game as it is because the game I got fucked up. Okay, the game's bullshit. But if I were to ever stream that game again, or if I were to stream it, I'm gonna play it on hard. Like it's like, yeah, I already seen the story. Like when I play games offline, it's just for me, so I can like experience the story myself and whatever. And then if I do it on stream, it's like, okay, I'm gonna bump the difficulty up because I already experienced the game. I already know the story. Now I just want to like push myself a little bit. Like I did that with like Persona 3, at least with Reload. I'm gonna do that if I ever go back to Persona 4 Golden, whenever that may be. I would put that on harder difficulty as well because it's like I've already played these games. I mean, Persona 4 Golden technically, but still, I'll still do it on hard. Why not, right? But it's like that's usually what I do. But DSP plays the game, beats it. The only time he has ever like bumped the difficulty was Resident Evil. For some reason, for some fucking reason, Resident Evil is the only game where he replayed it and bumped the difficulty. Even with I don't know, did he bump the difficulty in Silent Hill 2 remake? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But he did for Resident Evil, but for some reason he didn't want to do that for Oblivion, a game he beat like 5 million times. Okay.
honestly not sure what else I could be doing that would make it better than the first. So
Play on master
it makes me kind of
difficulty.
shrug, but
Guess
everyone's
what?
excited. I mean, take a look at the
Ignored.
views on those playthrough
Shut up,
videos last
Snoop
week.
Dupe.
Part one has
Idiot.
almost 4,000 views. Actually, I don't know at this point how many it has. Hold on. Point one has over 4,000 views. I didn't even realize that. Part two has over 2,000 views, and each of part 3 and 4 have over 1,000 views. That's more than double the views on everything else I'm doing right now. So everyone is enjoying me playing Oblivion Remastered. Probably some people were upset I didn't play it for 2 days, but what gives with that? And I think that's one of the discussions we're going to have on today's podcast is it that today, because new games a lot of the times end up being very underwhelming, particularly from AAA studios,
Oh my god.
that when a
Like, this is
surprise
so
re-release
annoying to
slash
sit
remaster of a
through.
game like Oblivion drops out of nowhere,
People just sitting
that's
there
where
saying
all
like,
the
dude,
hype
I
goes.
think gaming's dead. Like, dude, come on.
Maybe, right? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But anyway, we will talk about that today. So
It's
today
gonna
it is
crash
Oblivion
someday. It's like
Remastered
Nintendo's
on this
doomed.
first stream.
Nintendo doomed.
So if you've been eagerly
Nintendo
awaiting
doomed, right?
for me
They're
to
gonna become
play this
software
game again,
manufacturers.
your wish is my demand. And tonight
Wait,
remastered on this first stream. So if you've been eagerly awaiting for me to play this game again, your wish is my demand.
your wish is my demand. I mean, it is kind of the same. Like, your wish is my command. I mean, it's kind of the same. That was probably the closest saying he got that was incorrect.
And tonight on the late stream, it will be our weekly session paired with a night chill stream of Minecraft. Last time around.
Okay.
And actually, last time we did a lot of
Okay, I don't
stream
care
tomorrow
about
night.
Okay.
Ow. Then give me a mansion full of minute playing Blueprints. Last week, it was very fun. And it looks really cool.
By the way, in my opinion, he should keep that in the background. He should not have the Lego Piranha Plant out of sight, even if it's not finished. Have it sit in the background. That way, like, we can see the progress, right? That would be cool. No, let's not show it.
Really cool, right? It looks like a Mario pipe. I like that you've got actual maneuverable, adjustable pedals, or I guess you say leaf, and the stalk and these leaves combined.
Yeah.
So we're only halfway through it. Okay. So I can't wait to finish this up because once this is done on Wednesday night, this will now become a part of my background.
It could become a part of your background now.
Because as you know, every month I spruce up my background.
Oh, it has to be in May. It can't be like whenever.
Lego go away.
This is so annoying. I hate how everything is like seasonal. Fucking
back there instead.
Shut up.
Okay. We're gonna get rid of the Minecraft McDonald's toys.
Why?
And we're gonna spruce this up too. We're gonna have a new sign. We're gonna have something different. We're not gonna have the Metroid Lego anymore. I'm gonna, mix everything up.
Why is the Metroid Lego even
so
there?
Every month the background looks a little different. I also am thinking of changing out the blue panels for black again, for the month of May to make it look a little different.
I remember you used to hype the backgrounds. Now he just tells us, which is fine.
I'm excited for this week. That's the 4 days. I'm not here Thursday or Friday of this week. I know that's weird. Usually, if I have days off, it's either just Saturday or Friday and Saturday. This week's a different week. Appointments had to be made on certain days specifically.
I mean, if you're doing something with the federal government, you kind of have to go out during the weekday. I think like the post office and shit like might be open on Saturdays, but they're. I mean, at least with the bank is open until like they close early. But I don't think it has to do with the bank for the real ID shit. You know what I'm saying?
So because of that,
or whatever.
But
I don't think you need to make an appointment for
rearrange
real ID.
Everything. Now here's the thing. This week is a very short streaming week. I have playthroughs continuing. There's going to be cyborgs, and I haven't played in a couple of weeks. This week, streams. I'd like to keep the momentum. We have hit my support goals and climbing. Okay, last time it was up to 12, and then we faltered on unlucky 13. Well, this time around, obviously, I'd like to keep the momentum rolling and hit a DSP Tries It reward sooner rather than later because it's a short week. If we keep momentum, we'll do DSP Tries It by like Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll do it by the end of the week. If not, then sadly, it looks like it's going to have to wait, and I don't want it to wait because it's a 12, and then we faltered on unlucky 7. We've got this week, and with this week,
look at this.
One thing that I would like to note right away and emphasize, we are on a roll when it comes to support. 7 straight streams.
Dude, I'm so used to DSP like saying 7, then be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You always count.
Hit my support goals and climbing.
And I thought he did
last
do
time
that
it was up to
because I saw
chips, but it's like special fish that I've never had. Excited for that when we hit 40 goals. All right, we're currently at 35.
Okay.
So I'm thinking today, let's keep it going. Let's get to 37 goals and 9 straight streams of hitting goals today and keep it
It's so annoying that so I was going to do a video describing talking kind of like how oh man, I vaguely remember the idea. It was going to talk about his begging over the years. Like that's what I was going to focus on because it's so because I think I was gonna approach it as oh my god, dude, I lost the idea a little bit. That sucks. I kind of remember I was thinking about it because, oh, I remember why I was talking about it. Okay, now I remember the idea. It was to discuss kind of like uh how DSP struggles to like shill so, promote himself, whatever. Because I was thinking back when he was on Twitch around the vest streak and a little bit before that as well. During the pre-stream, every time he would talk about how to support him, he always would give us his origin story every time. For him to say, support the stream, tip me, send me a cheer, and all that, it would always be after him talking about how he was laid off from his helicopter job, and then he made YouTube his career, and then he became a live streamer, he gained a lot of hate, and then he would talk about how to give him money. It was so insane. Like, I just remember a little bit like how annoying it was to sit through his pre-streams because of that. And luckily he stopped doing that. But then I'm thinking that's like one level of hell was sitting through the origin stories, and now we're just getting more aggressive shakedowns to hit goals at certain days at a certain amount of time. And if you miss a streak, that's fine. But then the next stream you have to make up for that. It's like it's ridiculous. And I was gonna do a video describing that and explaining like I don't know which is worse, but it's so weird that this dude cannot even like talk about like he can't even promote himself in any meaningful way without because he thinks so little of his audience. This is a very summarized version of what I was talking about, but maybe I'll do the video. Maybe I'll do the video regardless.
Keep it going. Also, I would like to talk today about the upcoming marathon when we hit 50 goals. Because if you look at the pacing you guys want to do for the marathon, it's very possible. There's basically two options right now. I think both options are perfectly, viable and interesting. Option number one would be the return of viewers' choice, where you guys will nominate and vote on some games.
I'm telling you,
whatever
he
wins
doesn't
the
want to do
polling
viewers' choice.
ends up being played, and usually it's like 4 or more.
But
games
his viewers'
during one of these
choice,
marathons.
what I find fucking annoying is that he finds me some metal with it because he's gonna obviously he's gonna ban Stellar Blade, right? Obviously, but if someone like nominates, I'm telling you, if people are like, yeah, the Kazan game, whatever, right? He's gonna add that to the rules. He's gonna find games that like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That might get Stellar Blade, where Stellar Bladed. Because he's gonna be like, okay, no Stellar Blade. And it's like, dude, it's called viewer's choice. And he's like, I want to play games that I don't want to play, so don't pick these games. Like, he's gonna do shit like that, I'm telling you. He's gonna, like, find a game that is either gonna resonate with trolls, or that or he's gonna perceive it that much that it's gonna be a thing. Like, I think it's gonna be funny if he does viewer's choice, and we're gonna see him go through like his community page showing the game nominations, and we're gonna see what game he's gonna determine is the troll nomination. And honestly, the thing that's even funnier is that a fan may generally like nominate a game, and then a troll may see like him like, oh shit, he should play this game. Oh man, and he's gonna be like, the trolls want me to play this game, so I'm gonna say this is a troll nomination or whatever. Because that kind of happened with like, it happened with a certain game, not Lollipop Chainsaw. Because that was like obviously a troll vote, but there was another one that was like, you're kind of blaming this game for being a troll nomination when it's not, or that may not even be right. But it's not Celebrate, it's not Lollipop Chainsaw. It was something else, but I can't think of it.
Marathons, and I play each one for like an hour. And then usually what happens is not only do I get exposed to a bunch of games that I don't know about because I've never played them before, but usually something appeals, and then we end up taking one of those and turning it into an actual playthrough. All right. Last time it was Onimusha HD, which I love.
I don't believe this whole thing. Like, wow, Onimusha, because I think you wanted to play that because he, like, this bullshit of him not knowing that Capcom was making an Onimusha game is kind of bullshit because he talked about it in the VGAs. He talked about that. That was when it was revealed, and he's like, yeah, man, okay, man. So obviously he was gonna play the first game so he could cloud chase Onimusha. Like, it was so obvious. So when you play it for the viewers, like, yeah, he's gonna play this game. He's gonna play this to completion. Why not, right?
I loved so much. We turned it right into a playthrough immediately. I liked it. Now in May, I'm going to be playing Onimusha 2 HD, and next year I'm going to be playing the new Onimusha game that's coming out. Pretty cool, right? But the other
Like,
idea
it's a Capcom
is actually
game. Like,
pretty
why wouldn't he?
interesting
But
that someone came
whatever.
up with. Closet Cleanout 2.0.
This is technically not true if you think about it, because there were like multiple cleaning streams he did. Like, it was, but whatever. Sure, it's 2.0. Yeah, okay, man.
Vest and hat retirement event. I know this sounds weird, all right? So the premise of this event is thus. Number one, over the course of a marathon, I clean out this closet, which now is all cluttered again. You know, I cleaned it out 3 years ago for the first time in like 8 years, and we found so much crap in there. A lot of good games, like old retro games that I
That he never played. Like, I guarantee you, what's gonna be funny about this closet cleanout if he does it is that there's like a 90% chance we will just see the same shit we've seen in the last one. And if it's not that, it's gonna be sus shit that he got that we didn't know about, like the Steam Deck. No, not the Steam Deck, the Stream Deck. Oh my god, Steam Deck. Imagine, guys, a fan donated the Steam Deck. And he's gonna like just show it off, and he's gonna be like, I don't know what to do with this.
that I still have, but also a whole bunch of stuff that I threw out, and we reorganized the closet. People thought it was going to be boring, and it ended up being one of the best events I did all year. People wanted me to do other closets in my house. Okay,
hold up.
that I threw out, and we reorganized the closet. People thought it was going to be boring, and it ended up being one of the best events I did all year. People wanted me to do other closets in my house.
You have me do other closets, man. Yeah, you know the closet that I think they're talking about there was a video on his vlog channel where it was like the closet where he kept the ottoman, I think, and a few boxes. But the thing that I'm kind of halfway confused about with this is I feel like he said that the closet that's in this office, I think, connects to the Nook or whatever. But I could be wrong, so don't take my word as gospel on that. But them saying do the other closet, I think that's the closet they're talking about. But he's not gonna do that, right? Right? Because remember, you got your Switch 2 canceled because of something you showed. Wait, you know what? I just realized something. He talks about how, like, oh, I only do stuff that's in this room that's safe, and all this stuff. He bought the Switch 2 in this room, and it was compromised. So, dude, I think that room is compromised. I think you should not clean out the closet, dude. The room is compromised. He should clean out the other room. That's more safe than this one. Dude, it's like it's really like you get those like alerts saying your password's been compromised. Change your password now. DSP like, I mean, it's like that room is that website that got a data breach. And it's like, he has to change everything now. The room has been compromised.
Okay. So what's happened is, over the last, 6 to 8 months, as I've redone my office and my setup, clutter has rebuilt into that closet simply because as I set stuff up, now I take stuff away, throw it in the closet, don't have time to really reorganize or clean it up. And in addition,
yeah, this is the low-key problem with that closet stream being so successful, is that it has enabled DSP to be a hoarder, if you think about it. Because why would he clean a closet when he could get paid to clean it? And then also, why put things away when you can make an event to clean it out again? So he created a monster.
One of the things that I was using the closet for was to hang the vests and hats that I used to use as on-stream apparel / accessories.
But honestly, you used to keep the hats underneath that little black cloth, by the way. But whatever. Okay.
A support. So for those who don't know, because maybe you've only been around for the last year, for several years there, from 2010 through early 2024, whenever I hit a support goal, I would have you guys vote on a hat or a vest, and you would pick one, and then I would put it on for the rest of the stream. Now, admittedly, at first it was kind of just silly fun, but then it kind of became a chore or a hassle because it really started hindering the content. Instead of it being about me playing a game, a lot of the times it was let's make Phil look stupid by putting on a giant heavy platinum vest.
But he said, "Oh my god, yeah, let's vote to make him wear a platinum vest. Let's make him look stupid." But guess what he said every time? People were like making fun of the vest reward. It's a silly reward. You do silly things, man. And he was so hyped for that platinum vest too. Like it like of course it was silly. You said it was silly. Now it's like, yeah, now it's making me look stupid. Dude, like, come on.
Vest in the middle of summer. So as he sits there trying to work, he's sweating profusely.
By the way, people voted that platinum vest even in wintertime, and he still was sweating profusely. Like, he says it's unhealthy. He's getting at like the heat stroke angle. But I think the thing what he could have done during this like vest situation is simply just, okay, I'm gonna wear the platinum vest. Okay, guys, I'll wear another vest that's lighter or whatever. But you know, I don't know. Like he could have figured something else out, right? Correct?
It wasn't very comfortable. It wasn't very healthy.
But the other thing is that he says he's sweating profusely about anything. And like, come on. He acts as if he needs like constant cold air to like keep him cool to wear a vest. Whatever, man.
But it was something that I did because it motivated people to contribute. Well, the good news is over the last year, we redid everything, right? As I redid my setup, I redid my funding goals and things like that. Now we don't do that crap anymore. And quite frankly, the streams are just a lot better. They just are. And, you know, now we have actual concrete rewards like special DSP tries-its, special marathons and events that are based on your level of support. So you get rewarded for supporting me as opposed to, oh, put on a hat. So
I wonder how long it's gonna take for him to like shit on this current situation. Yeah, this man. Yeah, you would give me money that would just eat food. Wow, what we do now is way better.
better, right? People like that now. But these things have been sitting in the closet untouched for almost a year. So I had the idea, well, hey, if we're going to do a marathon where I'm going to clean out this closet again, why not do it so that every set amount of funding, like let's say every $50, right,
dude.
that I raise.
You know what's going to annoy me? He had these two Viking hats. And he would always pick the dumb-looking one, like the cloth one, I think. And then he would never wear the plastic one that I think would probably be more comfortable on his dumbass head, and he'd never wear it. He'd always wear the other one. And then the other funny thing about him wearing the hats, he always made sure his forehead was showing. He never covered his forehead. It's like we need to see the forehead.
Great. We immediately do a poll, and you guys can vote on either a hat or vest that I will put on until we hit the next goal. So let's say we hit $50 of funding. Vote on a hat. And
you know like, he might rig it so that the platinum one is the first vest he wears, so you get out of the way immediately. But you know what would be really funny? I'm gonna put this wheel out there. I'll put this energy out there. I hope when he gets the platinum vest, nobody contributes anymore. Like it dries up because they want him to wear the platinum vest because two things are gonna happen. That will either happen at the end of the stream, or he'll wear it and then he'll be like, "Okay, fuck this, I'm taking this off." Like he's gonna get pissed off about it.
Like, you know, the Knights knit hat, the cowboy hat, the football hat, and the fisherman's hat. And you guys vote on one, and whatever wins, I put on.
That's a helmet.
Then when we hit $100 of support, you do a vest poll, and it could be like the camo vest, the blue vest, the red vest, or the gold vest.
The camo vest looks really bad. By the way, every time we wore the camo vest, I don't know why, I just hated that vest a lot. Because I don't know, it just looked really weird. I hated that vest. I always hated it. It looked too small on him. I don't know. Like, it's a petty thing, I guess.
The thing is, when we hit another goal, so let's say then we get to 150, well, we're going to vote on another hat now. Well, that means that hat that I'm wearing at that point is officially retired and goes into storage. And over the course of the day, we can actually get through all the hats and vests.
So it's in storage right now. But then we're going to package it up again to put it in storage again. Like, why do we need to clean out the closet?
and
Okay.
see them all on camera now in full HD, because you guys never even saw that stuff in full quality, like literally never. I didn't have this good setup back then. It all was in pixelated, 480p shit. Now you'll actually be able
Oh
to
my
see
god,
it
I
in good
love he says 480p because I meant no, I think maybe it was 480p. Never
quality
mind.
for the last time and wave it goodbye.
I was
Now,
unfiltered
I'm
again.
not saying that I would never, ever do the vest and hat thing again, but if we did, we should do it for a special event. Like, let's say we do a special marathon.
Oh my god. So we went from yeah, fuck this to well, maybe I can come back in another form. This dude has an aversion of just saying no sometimes.
It's vest and hat marathon where we bring back the nostalgia. Maybe it could be like a retrospective event where we're watching back my old
Oh my god, this is so fucking lame. This is actually worse than what it could have been. Like, so we phased it out, said it's a good thing that it's gone because it looks stupid, and now we're like, well, we can do it for like special events. Okay.
old content and commentating on it and laughing at it. And then
I kind of low key think this is just to test the waters of the idea of like switching clothes during a marathon, and then he could use that as like, see guys, you guys do like, so I think we will keep it. So then, is it really staying in storage? So then, what's the point of putting in like this doesn't make sense because he already has the idea here. So then, why are we putting it into storage? Okay.
and then when we hit support goals, I could put on the vest and hat again to be silly,
So
right?
then, and again, last year he like stood his ground saying how bad it is and how he doesn't want to do it, and now he's like, yeah, maybe I'll do it again, guys. See, this is what I mean. When people who act this way will always be clowned on the hardest. When you use like, I'm never gonna do this, never ever. Then you cue the next scene. I'm doing the thing I say I'm never gonna do. It's like the fucking sitcom gag. I'll never wear the vest. I'll never wear that ugly sweater, guys. Never, ever, ever. I'll die before I wear the sweater. The next scene, wow, I'm wearing the sweater, and then the laugh track plays, and then this plays. Okay, there you go. This now is gonna get claimed by Seinfeld. Fucking bullshit.
So there you go. That's how I think it could go. And I think either event I think is good. All right, to be honest, either event is good. But the problem I'm having right now is if we're going to do the viewer's choice event, we literally have to start setting up for it now because you guys need time to nominate games, and then we need time for a poll to run for you to vote on the game nominations. And the way that we're going with these goals, likely this week we're going to see 40 goals hit, and probably
Okay. It's so funny that he wants to get a head start on doing the voting and all this stuff now. Meanwhile, back when he used to do Patreon goals, he would hit the goal during the month, and then he'd wait another month to do it. Now, of course, I am going to be a little bit fair about this because with Patreon, they do like the way he had it set up was that he would be paid by the end of the month. But I think he changed at some point to be like instant charge. So because a lot of people were like putting a pledge and canceling at the last minute or whatever the fuck. So like if you charge it immediately, it's like, hey, that's money that he's getting like immediately, whatever. And then he'd get a payout by the beginning of next month. So I get the idea, like he wants to lock in the fundraising. I do think, but it was just my issue. I think was that it took way too long for him to even just start. Like it would take forever. It would take like 2 months to actually get it going when it didn't need to take that long, in my opinion. But whatever.
probably sometime next week we're going to see 50. So we would definitely need to start setting up now. And I think either
But why can't you do
idea
that with this? Like, why can't you just hit the goal at 50 and then start the? Oh my god. All right, I'm back, guys. Don't worry, nothing happened. But let's get back into the bullshit. Let's fucking go. I forgot what we were talking about. I think we were talking about like the marathons. But whatever.
Yeah, is a good idea. Like either one works. So I'm kind of on the fence about what to do. And it seems like a lot of people are on the fence. Like every time that I stream and I bring this up, some people are like, "Oh, the viewer's choice sounds great," and others are like, the closet and retirement event sounds great. So I don't know. Like, what should we do? Right?
Can we vote for retro games?
I don't know if we should just set it up now or, I don't know. See, Vestival. Should we call it the Vestival? There you go. That's what we're gonna call it.
Festival.
We're gonna call it the Vestival. The Closet Vestival.
I hate Vestival. I like Vestfest a lot because it sounded like an actual like cool event. The Vestival it sounds like a fucking clown show. You know, like where the clowns go, but this also sounds kind of like this is not the kind of clowns you want your kids to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like Vestival, this sounds very very sus.
Oh man, that's perfect. We're gonna call it the Closet Vestival. There you go. So that way we know it has the closet and the Vestival, the retirement of the vests. The Closet Vestival.
Right. Okay.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Sounds like I've already decided. I have not already decided.
Says cringe.
Again, I'm.
Oh man, shouts up to Kless. I think there was a small stint of Kless being a detractor. By the way, I vaguely remember. I want to say that he was following me for a while because I think for some reason I'm following him on Twitter. I don't know what happened there, but I feel he was a detractor at one point and then he became a fan again. But at least in Kless's defense, Kless did not do a grand exit either way. It was like Kless was like, "No, fuck you, Phil. You suck. Yeah, now I'm a detractor. Okay, guys, detractors are mean. I love Phil again." Like, at least he didn't do that. I think Kless just is the whatever. But I just remember Kless was there's the Ask the King where Kless was like basically begging DSP to play Fire Emblem, and DSP would like never do it. Like, and then he played Three Houses and he never played it again. That's so funny. I just realized it's so funny how he liked Three Houses and then he never played Fire Emblem again. He doesn't even address it, talk about it. He doesn't even want to even touch Fire Emblem Engage, which is fine. Fire Emblem Engage is not like the best Fire Emblem game. I dropped that game, which I feel kind of bad about because I did buy I bought the DLC that had Edelgard in it because Edelgard's pretty cool, and then I got the CE because I thought I was gonna like the game, and then I never went back to it because I think I got caught up in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and I just beat that game, and now I want to play. I started Extra Story. Then I'm kind of dropping that to play 2. Then I'm playing Expedition 33. Then I'm playing Metaphor. Dude, it's RPG overload.
And it seems like you guys like both ideas. And the thing is, too, remember, every 50 goals hit, we do one of these marathons. So it's very possible that one marathon.
Look, this is what Luna said. Jax's I don't know. Wait, is Jax I don't know a viewer? Because that sounds like because Jax's I don't know, man. These goals not excite me anymore, in my opinion. There has to be someone in chat. I kind of want to look for it. Because if it's an actual viewer, it's going to be very funny. Because I did see this the other day, by the way. So I know he's going to like go off on Luna. But I want to say this because I feel like I've seen Jax's I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I know YouTube is kind of weird with like mentioning people.
The Closet Vestival. Closet Vesti decided. Again, I'm for either. And it seems like you guys like both ideas. And the thing is, too, remember, every 50 goals hit, we do one of these marathons. So it's very possible that one marathon we do one, and the next marathon when we hit 100 goals, we do the other. Which would just be another, month or two. But hey, right? I'm okay with that. So let's see. You know what? All right, enough with this nonsense. Hey, Luna.
By the way, I still kind of like that the chat finally moved to his right side. I probably said this before, but it's so funny. For the longest time, it was on the left side, and it never made any sense. And I remember chat was telling him, why don't you move the chat to the right side? And he said, how would I be able to play the game? The chat would be in front of my face. And now he's able to move it to his right. Magically. And it doesn't obstruct the gameplay somehow. Very interesting.
Hey, Luna, you've never contributed ever once. I'm tired of these.
But see, this is what I mean. This is why I wanted to find if this dude was even a chatter. Because it seemed like he's talking to Jax. Jax is IDK. And instead, DSP read it and got very offended by this. But he's not even insulting DSP. He's just saying, these goals do not excite me anymore. Like, this is the same guy that just talked about, just teased the conversation of saying that, there's no excitement in game industry right now. Oh, there's nothing going on. Is that DSP shitting on video games? Is he shitting on the game industry when he has these little discussions? But somehow, Luna saying, these goals don't excite me, is him shitting on the ideas? But this is just wait a second, Phil, hold up, wait a minute. He's just stating an opinion. He's stating a fact that he's just not excited. Why do you want, Luna to, like, fucking coddle you? Are you a snowflake that's been coddled their whole life that doesn't understand reality? You know that in life things is unfair and cruel? Or whatever the fuck he used to say?
Tired of these people who are LARPers in my chat. I mean it.
I love that everyone's a LARPer. And he doesn't really want to explain what it means. But it's so funny that he's singling out these people as LARPers and not the people that are like, yeah, Phil, we love you. We love when you yell at us or whatever the fuck. Like, those people are not LARPers. But the people who are saying, I'm not excited, those are LARPers. Everyone that disagree with him are all LARPers. They're all trolls. They're all socks. Like, for the longest time, it was socks. And I'm gonna say it. I don't think that he's gonna distinguish LARPers and socks. I think LARPers is the new catch-all as socks is. And LARPers, I think, makes a little bit more sense in the sense that, you know, he's calling out people who may be doing stuff in bad faith, which, to a point, people who do criticize him are kind of, like, doing it out of, like, bad faith sometimes. But this is the problem with DSP, is that he can't really gauge any opinion. And honestly, I can't fully blame him, but at the same time, he could use anything to his benefit. He's already kind of stealing other people's ideas at this point. Like, he stole shit from Conan. The DSP tries it was literally stolen from Conan. All this other shit. So, like, honestly, he could just take the good advice. Like, but the dude is just saying that these don't excite me anymore. And I think that's kind of true. These marathons kind of lost the sauce. It lost the sauce. Because, like, now it's like 1 hour, like, now it's multiple games. You play these games for an hour. One may become a full playthrough. And then it just becomes an eating ceremony on top of it. Like, and then he drinks. Wow. Like, it's the same shit. Like, and the thing is, DSP is gonna get really mad about this, how there's no constructive feedback, but what's his feedback when he plays a game that's not good? Oh, just make game good, dude. Make the game good next time. Wow, what good feedback.
There's people who sit in my chat who aren't fans, they're trolls, and they sit there under new accounts, and they, I don't like this. So,
so again, notice that this would be something he'd say is a sock account, and now it's just, okay, now it's LARPer. That's a new term. Like, he's trying to be hip, but it's like there's nothing hip about these terms. Socks are, like, literal accounts, like what OIC does, correct? LARPers are people who are just saying shit that, like, may not be for the betterment of Phil Burnell.
Luna 200. Oh, I just don't like these goals anymore. I don't see why.
Luna did not say he doesn't like these goals. Literally look at what Luna said. Where, I don't know, man. These goals don't excite me anymore, in my opinion. They don't excite Luna anymore. They didn't say they didn't like these goals. He just said that they did not get excited for them. Like, you know, you can like something and not be excited about it. Like,
All right, enough with the fans. They're trolls, and they sit there under new accounts, and they,
but see
oh,
how
I don't like.
but see how fair this is. He reads someone's post and he misconstrues it. But then if someone like were to pick up something that DSP said and like misinterprets it, he treats them like they're idiots and they're stupid and oh my god, they think this, they don't fucking listen. Instead, he doesn't like try to elaborate what he means. Whatever. We have to give him infinite slack and infinite like honestly like a fucking baby. But then when someone says something, he doesn't give them the same benefit that he demands everyone else to do for him. Like, this is like the actual cuddle behavior DSP accused everyone of doing. Where, oh, you think that blah blah blah, just fucking read, man. But then if someone's wrong because they misinterpret something, oh, look how stupid they are. He doesn't even like try to correct it. More so than he highlights how stupid they are. What a cool guy, right? Correct?
I don't like this. So here's Luna 200. Oh, I just don't like these goals anymore. I don't see why this would. Luna, you are a sock account.
Oh,
You're not a fan.
Oh, he did it. He did the thing. He did the thing I said that he may do. He is literally conflating LARPers and socks as the same thing. So to the point, why even use both words? If you're gonna use them interchangeably and they mean the same to you, why use both? It's very obvious he doesn't know. He does not understand what these words mean. He's just saying words. He's just saying them. Like, maybe to a degree he understands, like, to a very degree that they're just trolls at the end of the day. Sure. But, like, I mean, come on. Right? Correct?
You've literally never contributed once to any of my streams.
But how does he know? How does he know he doesn't contribute? What if Luna, like, tips you in a different name? Again, there was also a time he would tell us, guys, be safe online. Don't tie anything to your actual accounts and blah blah blah. So what if Luna tips in a certain name, but then chats in another name? So that way, like, they don't get bullied or harassed for being a whale or a supporter. It's so funny that he doesn't think about that. And then like there's this other idea, this other theory that known whales or fans or whatever, they may have another account to give him actual criticism. Which I could kind of see. That could happen. It may happen to like on the lower end because I feel like whales can actually criticize DSP and get away with it if they know how to do it, right? But it could go either way, right? It could be whatever. Regardless, you don't truly know. At the end of the day, you don't truly know the people in his chat. All you have is their name, their behavior, and that's it. But Luna saying that they're not excited is the most like innocuous thing anyone could say. It's really like it doesn't warrant this reaction. Like at the end of the day, like DSP could just say like, "Oh, Luna's not like excited." I mean, I think this is exciting. Like, whatever. But instead, he's like, "Luna, you're a fucking idiot, okay, Luna? You piece of shit." Like, that's not really a cool way to react to someone saying that they don't feel excited. It's like, and then what does contributing have to do with getting excited? And the thing is, like, DC wants to like make a point saying that he's not being carried by individuals or the same people. So naturally, you want to make an event that's gonna get more people to like get invested in what you're doing or into supporting you. Like that, shouldn't that be the idea of these marathons, is to get people who may or may not have contributed before to step up and contribute because they want these goals? So yeah, Luna may not have contributed at any point in their life, but what if like they were going to, if they found something that they were excited about? Now, of course, as the creator or the streamer, you don't know what they're going to contribute to. But just because one person says that, I mean, sure, that could be a bummer. Like, oh, this is one person. But at the same time, that's just one person. Like, he has all these other people, and a lot of them are like bouncing up and down for it, but he singles out Luna. Like, why not just judge, like, about all this other stuff? Like, it's so funny. And this goes in line with the crash that he had about the cologne, that he wants to make a point about how people love the food. They love the food goals. But it's always up against something really dumb. And sure, some of it could be coincidental, like, oh, maybe he did genuinely believe that the cologne thing was gonna work. But the coincidence is so uncanny that every time that his variety idea that, guys, if you don't like the food, get a load of this. I'll eat a cookie. Okay, guys, get a load of this. I'm gonna eat these little snacks in a snack box. Guys, get a load of this. I'm gonna do cologne. Like, these are all, like, ideas that are significantly weaker compared to the food. But he doesn't try anything else. And then when people like say, oh, why don't you just do viewers lobbies? No, I can't do that. And now he will say he can't do that because they may cancel orders from that, I guess, somehow. So, like, it doesn't really matter anymore. But it's always it happens to be always compared to something that's, like, weaker. And again, I've said this before, when you start to, like, tailor your marathons, your events to the chads that come up with, you're not really gonna have a good outlook into what to make, because the viewer is just there to watch. Like, they may not know what they genuinely like or what they genuinely want. That's your responsibility. You're the one making the content, man.
Ever. No one cares about your toxic opinion of how no matter what I come up with for an idea, you don't like it. So goodbye.
Goodbye.
And everyone else is of that attitude. Well, I'm serious. I just sit here and I dump on everything that Phil says and does. These are good ideas, but let's just say they're bad so everyone can be toxic and negative in Phil's chat. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Because I'm just going to
ban.
Kick your ass out of chat, and we're not going to see you ever again.
Wait, what?
But let's just say they're bad so everyone can be toxic and negative in Phil's chat. Goodbye. Because I'm just going to...
But how many people, like, he's really acting as if everyone was, like, in chat all unifying behind Luna. But nobody was. Nobody was like, yeah, Luna, wow, Luna, you're right. Okay, Luna, I was excited, but you said you weren't excited, so now I'm not excited. You're right, Luna. Like, he thinks this, as I said, shows how little DSP thinks of his own viewers. I love these rants because it really just shows how little he thinks of them. He thinks that they're all drones and they're all, like, he says that the detractors are drones, but dude, I can't get everyone to, like, get behind me on every single thing I believe in. Like, that's kind of insane. And yet, DSP thinks that his entire chat is that easily swayed. That they will all fall in line. They will all follow the Pied Piper. It just takes one dude, apparently. Like, it's so funny. It's so funny that he describes the trolls as people who are, like, who are sheep, who herd people by the Pied Piper with their little automatones. But in reality, he thinks that of his own audience. He thinks their audience will be so easily swayed into whatever. That's why, like, he gets so upset when there's, like, a conspiracy theory that catches just the right amount of traction, that DSP just has to address it, because he's afraid that his fans will go in line with it or whatever, because he thinks so little of his own fans. That's why he's terrified to even address, does he have a bird? Because if he says yes or no, he's so afraid that his fans are all gonna be like, he has a bird? Oh, fuck this guy. Even though these people were there when he announced that he spent the money on Down from the Rafters. He admitted that, and then, everyone there, even when he was lying, they all said, we don't care, Phil, we love you. He still will not give them the confirmation if he has or hasn't have it, if he does or doesn't have a bird. He won't do that, because he's so afraid that if he does do that, they're gonna walk away in anger, even though they ate the WWE champions shit. Because he thinks so little of them. He thinks they're so stupid and they're dumb. And then if they do think and they happen to believe or a detractor or think that they may have a point, he'll call them stupid, call them out, ban them, and then everyone else will have to fall in line. But guys, remember, we are the cult, not him. This is how not a cult acts, by the way.
Kick your ass out of chat. And
it's just funny that he's more mobile. He mobilized himself way more to like kick an innocuous viewer that just says they're not excited than someone who has like a disturbing playlist on YouTube. Like he'll keep that person around till the bitter end until like he gets bullied into banning that person, Derek. But Luna gets called the fuck out day one. Day one. I don't know about Luna's existence, but until now, and he's out. Luna's out of there. But Derek, well, let's keep him around for a couple of years until I get bullied into banning him. It's so funny. This dude's priorities is insane. It's insane.
And we're not going to see you ever again.
We'll never
Luna is
see
gone
you
and
again,
not coming
Luna.
back. Luna was a sock account to begin with. And I've had enough of these idiots sitting around acting like this. Right? Here's the thing. If you don't like the ideas that people come up with a better one.
Why didn't he ask Luna what he wanted? Like, but my issue with him saying this to people is that this dude cries, begs, bitches about fighting game netcode. The fighting game community should not accept the netcode. You should fight for better. Okay, Phil, what is the netcode that they should fight for? The one that's good, man. They should get one that doesn't drop inputs. Oh, wow, Phil. You're telling me nobody in the fighting community would thought that behind the netcode? Wow, what a big brain, man. Wow, dude. What nobody thought this. Oh, it's because he thinks that like the Cannon Bros gave a bad netcode and that was the only netcode that was allowed. Because apparently nothing has changed in this netcode from when it was conceived in like 2008 or whatever, right? I kind of like, they all say it's all rollback, but I kind of find it hard to believe if it's even the exact same netcode, because they had to have worked on it since, correct? Like, I kind of don't think the netcode is just stagnating and it's the same netcode as it was back then. Like, they had to have modified over time. I mean, technically, games still get patched to work on network testing and this and that. Like, if it's the same netcode, you'd assume that they wouldn't need to do patches for stability or betas for the netcode or anything like that, correct? But whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't work in that. That's why I don't fucking talk about netcode all day.
Or shut up. Look, you don't. You just sit there and say, "Oh, it's bad. Oh,
but
it's bad."
But DSP doesn't contribute to the netcode. Doesn't contribute to the conversation in any meaningful way, and just says it's bad. He can tell you what's bad about it, but he can never tell you how to make it better. Like, and then he complains about Fatal Fury, right? So, what were they supposed to do? Were they supposed to ban people from talking about the online? But then guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna go on a little podcast. So guys, get this! So, people who are playing the beta, get this! They're streaming it, and then the company, SNK, are like striking people's channels down. Wow! This is a fighting game, and they want people to like know about it, and they're striking channels down. But then it's like, okay, so then you want people to talk about it. Well, now they're exposing the meta. Even though they've done that with any fighting game in general, like they did that with Street Fighter 6, and he still played that game, and like it doesn't matter. But this dude got so like scared and he convinced himself to not even play because he doesn't want to buy that game. It's SNK, man. He would never want to buy that game. Come on.
Bad. Oh, it's bad, right? People keep saying, oh, DSP tries it is bad. Okay, come up with a better idea. No one ever does. Then I try to come up with ideas. Oh, those ideas are bad. Those ideas are bad. Well, then shut up.
Yeah, because you're not creative. Like, the cologne thing is such a last minute idea. Like, it was literally idea he had the night before he announced it, by the way. Like, this wasn't something he was thinking about in any meaningful way. He just went to sleep and was like, oh, brain blast. And then woke up the next day and said, guys, we're doing cologne. What the fuck do you mean that sucks? Oh my god,
Because if you don't have a better idea, you don't count. You're not contributing.
Yeah, DSP doesn't count when he bitches about fucking online play. He has no better idea on how to improve the netcode. What's his idea? Oh, have it not drop inputs. No rolling of the dice, which isn't what happens. I kind of don't believe that. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, he probably thinks that because of the name itself, roll back. Dude, rolling of, because he said, he literally says, like, rolling of the dice and scraps or whatever the fuck that game is called, and then whatever the outcome is what it goes with, and if that's all it is, it rolls it back. Like, it's kind of dented logic.
That's not constructive criticism to just say, oh, it's bad, instead of, oh, well, actually, this would be an improvement or better.
But that's, oh my god, dude. All Luna said was they weren't excited. And then DSP is like, look at this, and saying, why are they giving a constructive feedback? Why do they have to? You weren't asking for feedback when they said it, first off. Secondly, it's a chat. Like, just saying that they're not excited for it isn't, like, a big deal. Like, dude, Luna wasn't sitting in chat saying, wow, this idea sucks. DSP should be embarrassed, and he should, like, hang up his career. This dude is an idiot. He just said they weren't excited anymore. Like, and you let that hurt you. He got hurt by that statement.
Better thing, right? People have helped me recently. This closet idea is someone in chat kind of had this idea.
Okay, so, dude, he's saying this because one person, and he's saying this because he's afraid. He is terrified that Luna is gonna spread the word that he is not excited, and that will seep into everyone else. It's so insane. Why do you think that would happen? Like, his chat both like the idea, and then one dude says, I'm not excited, and you're like, oh my god, dude, this sentiment this dude really lived like he's a dictator. Wait, people wanna vote and have elections? We cannot have this. We cannot have elections. No, guys, one dude said that I'm not exciting them anymore. Dude, I'm your ruler. I'm your leader. Why are you not excited? What the fuck? Send him to the brig. Send him to the gulag. Get him out of here. We cannot have one person say they're not excited for my ruling. Get him out of here. Like, what?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, let's refine it. Instead of just a closet clean out, let's do a stream where we bring back the vests and hats, and then maybe we could retire them, but then we could actually have them.
Dude, imagine one day you wake up and your leader, your government official, the dude that's in charge of your country, talks like DSP. You're gonna like be like, we need. Oh my god, what the fuck's going on? They'd be the most trolled guy in the world. Like, people would just not take the person seriously anymore. They would just be like, wow, dude, fucking grow up.
Them come back for special events later. I think that would be great. But no, just sit and dump on everything, right? Well, no, don't dump, because you're banned and you're not coming back and no one cares about you.
You didn't even talk to the dude. Like,
all right, anyway.
Again, what if Luna wasn't being mean? What if Luna wasn't being facetious? DSP has no intent. Like, and then I was like, okay, give me your feedback. But I banned him. Okay, so how's Luna supposed to give you the advice that you want so badly, right? Like, he doesn't even give Luna the opportunity to prove that he's an actual person. He just bans them on sight and then says that they're a LARPer. Oh my god, dude. Oh man. Okay, let's move on.
So, I think we need to figure this out, and I honestly don't know what to do. Okay? Maybe we'll think about it for one more day, but the thing is, if we're going to be doing the viewer's choice event, all right, I have to, absolutely have to set up at this point as soon as possible, or else you guys won't have time to nominate games, and it'll be a big rushed event that won't be as good. You know, if we have at least about a week and a half for you guys to nominate and then vote, that'll work. But, you know, I'm not sure. I'm on the fence about it. I feel like either event works. Either event could lead to some good content. To be honest, my closet is a huge mess at this point, so it would be great to have a day where we hang out.
I'm thinking it's gonna be the closet
spend
clean
time
out.
together, hanging out, talking, seeing the hats and vests.
And what's gonna happen is this: he's gonna do the closet clean out. The 100 will be the marathon. It's gonna be the viewer's choice. But let's say that DSP magically gets talked into doing the viewer's choice at 50, then the 100 will definitely be the closet clean out. So there you have it. There you go.
Invest for the last time would be pretty cool. But at the same time,
How is it for the last time when you literally said you were gonna bring it back for other events? He loves saying the final time, the last time, because it's a hype term, but he doesn't genuinely mean it. He's just saying it because it sounds cool. That's all it is. It sounds cool to say the final time.
Absolutely. Think that a viewer's choice could be great. We could get a good playthrough out of it over the course of the next few months. All right? So let's talk about it. Let's try to figure it out. All right?
Why doesn't he just do a poll for the marathon? Correct?
Okay.
Okay. Uh-oh.
So,
Jordan!
all that being said,
chat, check out Pro Wrestling Reality. It's a better product. Uh-oh.
Right? So thank you already. We have a super
PWR
sticker
to
start today from Gamer Stevie, which was $5. Thank you to Gamer Stevie for the $5 super sticker.
Remember when you called Lexi a slut for squatting? What happened to that? And then he's letting PWR show up in his chat like that. Like, dude, Jordan Owens is promoting PWR and DSP is not banning him, not calling it out or doing whatever the fuck he did. But Iron Chef Sakai brings up Lexi, and DSP is like, yeah, she's a slut, fuck her. He's not really fighting the claims that he was only mad that Iron Chef Sakai was giving his money to her. He's kind of not he's not fighting those allegations. Excellent.
And we have 2 tips that have come in. Let's take a look. See if
okay, I don't care about
these. With my allergies and I or anything, it's more like my sinuses and things.
Yeah.
Thanks for the $2 tip, because that's what happens when you have like flame effects in your office here.
Wait, what?
You look so red. It's the lights. If you didn't notice, take a look at the lights.
Like I bitched about this, and I guess I whatever, right? This setup is obnoxious. Like I'm willing to bet half his like insanity is from that. Like, I don't think you can keep your sanity with constant flashing lights on your face. Like this is like a torture tactic. Like, yeah, we want you to fucking go insane. I'm gonna lock you in a room with like flashing RGBs, like every day. You're gonna go insane. You're gonna become a crazy person if you're locked in this little gamer room. Like, look how crazy this looks. He's just sitting there, says do, and it's like, geez, man.
Lights today. Look, all of my skin looks like bright red and pink, because that's what happens when you have like flame effects in your office here. It makes you look a different color, especially when you're as white as I am and as pasty as I am.
Oh my god, dude. Maybe just get better lighting.
I received a $2 tip.
Why do we need these flashing lights, Phil? I thought this is for people who have
yell
attention
some
deficit
Islamic
disorder.
chants at the top of your lungs. No thanks.
Wait, what?
I received a $2 tip. Please yell some Islamic chants at the top of your lungs. No. No. 7
Okay.
straight streams of hitting DSP tries it by. Actually, if we can do the marathon next to do that, well,
Why do we want the marathon so bad when we don't even know what it is? This dude is like thirsty for a marathon.
we got to get a lot of support. Our
Guys, you
first
want this
sub of the week
marathon next week.
over on Kick. It is Sunday, and every Sunday those leaderboards.
Okay, I don't care about the
Cool.
dumbass leaderboards.
Yeah, it looks like viewership even picked up. Yeah, everything. Come out, shall we? Okay. So, and I would love to have some feedback on this. All right. So here's what I'm talking about.
I love right after he yelled at Luna for saying their opinion about something, he then goes on to say, I want your feedback.
This
Very
week,
cool.
2 games released. I should say last week. 2 games released, correct? One of them, all right, is, very frankly, a complete surprise. In Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. There had always been rumors that it was going to come out, but then all of a sudden it got shadow dropped this week. I think a lot of people were taken aback and surprised by that.
That
but
shell
also
shock.
were very invigorated and excited by that. They were like, "Oh, that's really cool, right? That happened. We never had any kind of a remaster or a remake of that game, and because of that, people are excited for Elder Scrolls again. It's been a long time since we had something besides
now they can do Skyrim again.
millionth Skyrim remaster, which has been resold 400 times, right? Absolutely ludicrous how many times that game's been sold. So to finally have something different, I could totally understand why people are super excited for it.
Oh my god.
So that's excellent.
Is there
right?
kind of fucked up at this point? So
I've been playing it 2 different streams. I'm having a good time with it. I hope that you guys are too, obviously.
What are we doing?
Okay, I was just checking something in my layout here. Looks good. Okay.
What? Why was he on that?
And
Whatever.
so,
okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for more today. But another game came out this week, right? Another game came out by the name of.
Oh my god, this is bad behavior. He's doing shit while talking. Guys, I'm gonna do a podcast. Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, this DSP guy, hold on. It's not polite. And it's distracting and terrible to just sit there and just do other stuff while you're talking on a podcast. This is not professional, Mr. Professional Man.
Claire Obscure, Expedition 33.
This dude shot on Destiny for doing an interview while playing a game. It's oh, this guy can't do an interview and he plays the game because he has oh my god, this dude talks about autism so he wants to say Destiny's autistic, but he can't say it because for some reason he thinks that if he says autistic, he's gonna be destroyed, I guess. I don't know. But he said he has a condition where he has to play a video game while he does an interview, which is the weirdest condition. What do the doctors call that? Video gameitis? I don't know. But he shits on Destiny for doing that. But this dude is doing a podcast where he's the only one talking, and he's doing 10 million things as he's talking. Which leads to, a game came out, Oblivion. The game came out, right? Yeah, the game is out. It was released. And another game came out that was released. Clear Obscure, Expedition came out. That video game. Okay. Come on.
3. Now,
Remastered public talking, by the way.
Oblivion. Okay? This is a brand new game. It is made by a studio of only, I think they said 30 people or something
By the way, I'm gonna fact check everyone. It's not really 30 people. I don't know the actual number, but those 30 people do not include the artists, the QA testers, I don't know if I don't think it even counts the voice actors. So it's omitting a lot of people that actually also worked on the game. So technically it's more than 30, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah, over in France. It's got really great graphics, an awesome soundtrack, a unique plot and cast
But
of
it's
characters,
semantics.
and it's got
It's
awesome
not a big deal.
turn-based RPG gameplay that takes elements
Not a
from
super
many
big deal, I
different
should
games
say.
and combines it into this
It
really
depends.
complex but fun formula. All right?
Wait, what?
And it's got awesome turn-based RPG gameplay that takes elements from many different games and combines it into this really
I hate that this dude he likes the game and he says, yeah, this game takes stuff from other games and puts them in this. Like, technically, every game takes from another game. Because, you know, how innovative can you really be, technically? Like, or soon you're gonna be like, wow, a game has a jump button. Wow, they took that from Mario. Like it's just it's really like when you have nothing else to say and you don't know what else to talk about, you say that shit so you sound like you know what you're talking about. Like, dude, it's just a turn-based RPG. I mean, there's really nothing else like you need to know. Like, okay, it's turn-based. It takes stuff from turn-based games. Like, dude, you're gonna say, dude, has an AP like fucking this other game that has AP. Whoa, dude, it has electricity. Like Zelda, like Zelda, like Persona. Persona has Zeotax and Zeodine. Dude, this game has electric attacks. Dude, you can like build a skill meter, like choose skills like Metaphor. Like, okay.
really complex but fun formula. All right? All reports are it's literally one of the best RPGs of the last decade, if not the best. I have played it for 4 hours, and the more I play it, the more I like it. I'm really enjoying this game so far. Seriously, like having a great time with it.
But they won't play
Okay?
these other RPGs, by the way. RPG
So-
Overload, dude.
What is the reaction?
And also, I love that this is a new a revelation for Phil. Meanwhile, when Metaphor was a new game, wow, guys, you guys seem to really hate RPGs, man. Wow, this is a new RPG and I can't get people to jump up and down for it. But then he's forcing to play more obscure Expedition 33. He's playing that more, and he's kind of like almost to the threshold of forcing the game. But he, for some reason, did not want to do that or attempt that with Metaphor. Now, obviously, you could argue that one's on Game Pass and one is. I thought Metaphor was on Game Pass too. I was mistaken; it wasn't. But I guess that is the defining thing is that Expedition 33 is on Game Pass, so he's more willing to give it a chance. He wouldn't want to buy a game and then drop it. But why not just play Metaphor? Like, dude, you're not like, why not? Oh, because it's old. You played Suikoden, right? That's an old game. Oh, but the remaster was new. Yeah, because everyone like is gonna love that remaster. But then he says, but you know what? That game did get it right. He got support, even though he kept like bemoaning the support. But he was like, wow, this remaster got a lot of support. And then he's also surprised that another remaster is getting a lot of support.
To my 2 playthroughs of these 2 games. Because all I can do is tell you the reaction here. I can't tell you how the rest of the internet is acting. But
How can you not tell the rest of the internet? He like, dude, you have Twitter on your phone.
Reaction. When I play Oblivion Remastered,
it's so funny that this dude will know what everyone's talking about when it comes to like Fatal Fury, fighting games, whatever the fuck. But this, I don't know what anyone else is saying. Okay, you knew what everyone was saying about Assassin's Creed Shadows. You knew what everyone was saying about that game. But this, I don't know what people are saying. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Attendance on the streams have been good. Okay. Excellent.
Excellent.
And the on-demand video views are amazing compared to the rest of the playthroughs that Okay. Excellent. But here's the reaction.
This is another self-agreement segment.
Oblivion Remastered. Attendance on the streams have been good. Okay. Excellent.
Excellent. We'll check my segment.
The on-demand video views are amazing compared to the rest of the playthroughs that I've been doing. You know, most of the games I've been
Okay.
playing recently, they're just not getting a lot of
I think this is.
views,
I think this is when the internet like fucked up.
mostly because none of them are big new releases, right? It means the opposite. For bizarre reason, I don't know why. My internet is. I don't think stream. I apologize for it to solidify. It's not anything terrible. It will usually always be that is the higher data rate while
Okay.
I stream. Internet, I could see my.
Why is the internet? You know, I'm just gonna ask this. Why does it seem his internet has gotten worse? Like, now Jasper's not in the room. I wonder what Kat's up to. You know what I'm saying? I think she's doing something. She's fucking around. She's probably like signing in all her devices for all her pets. Okay, Birdie, I put on Netflix on 24/7. You can watch all the Netflix stuff you want, Birdie. And then like, uh, you know, whatever pet they have there, that she got a screen for them. Then she's like downstairs with Jasper, and they're like, "Oh, we're doing a marathon watch." Like, what's going on?
See, my internet has dropped right now. I'm hoping for the best.
Or you know what? The other thing is Comcast. Those fuckers, they could be starting to throw out because, guys, net neutrality is gone. It's dead. So these companies can now start playing around with people's internet speeds. Oh, you want a faster speed? Give us the big bucks. Pay the super duper tier. That may happen. Maybe that's what's going on. They're testing it out in Phil's neighborhood.
I'm hoping that will solidify and fix in a couple minutes here. If not, I will continue on with the show offline. The bitrate is so low, YouTube might end the stream and then have to start a new one. We'll see. Yikes.
Yikes.
And going on Kick. Let me reconnect, but now it seems to be good on YouTube. Some ones on the Kick side, but not as many, not nearly as many. I got a few.
Oh, we get blurry side Phil.
Master is doing really well this week. When I stream it, it does well. When I upload the videos on demand, it's doing well. Clear Obscure Expedition 33. All right. I love the game. I streamed it twice, 2 days in a row since it released. Okay.
Okay.
So I've had an absolute great time.
I was like, I had enough of this guy.
Playing it. I think it's one of the best games of recent memory of the last several years. And I think it's an outstanding RPG, and I literally can't wait to play more. Okay?
Okay.
But to give you some perspective, comparatively, between Oblivion Remastered and Expedition 33, like, Expedition 33 is getting very little views. Like, last time that I streamed it on Friday, it was
Remember when he said he never cared about views? I don't care about views. Now we do, buddy.
200 viewers on YouTube and like 50 viewers on Kick, which is low. You know, for a new release, you'd expect around 300 or more on YouTube and usually like 80 on Kick or more. And it just seemed like it was way low. As I was playing it, a lot of people weren't even talking in the chat. And it was actually getting rough where we weren't hitting the goal or anything. And then last minute, someone came in and did support the stream. But like,
so then you got support,
it just looks to me like
whatever.
It's just not getting much attention and people aren't enjoying it. I'm watching the videos on demand. Like, is there a reason the videos on demand aren't getting many views? To give you some perspective, again, the Oblivion videos, every video I've uploaded has got over 1,000 views or more.
Dude, who cares?
Expedition 33 has like 400 views a video. So I posed this question. I posed this question to you guys.
Wow, he's like
Thursday or Friday, excuse me.
The no audio is like fucking.
I said, so guys, what is going on in regards to?
Did he like not say anything about?
I'm paying no attention to the idiots on Kick. You guys are morons. Anyway, what is going on in regards to this?
Yeah, that was the response to the no sound.
That people are watching Oblivion but not watching Expedition 33, and I really need to have some updates on this and some feedback because I want to figure out what's going on. I read some comments. Okay? I read some comments.
Right.
And the comments are as follows.
Okay.
Expedition 33 is a really hype game, but the Oblivion remaster sadly overshadowed it. Okay?
Right.
And because of that,
okay,
even though it's a great game, people aren't paying attention to the game because of
Oh
Oblivion.
man, what is?
Like, if it had just come out
Raj.
by of Oblivion. Like, if it had just come out by itself this week and it was the only game, that's all anyone was talking about, maybe it would have been
Like
doing
a
a lot
jump
better.
scare.
But because Oblivion came out, everyone's just dying for Oblivion. The other take I got is a lot of people are saying, oh, well, we're playing it ourselves, so we don't want to be spoiled. Therefore, we're not watching your playthrough right now. Now, that one confuses me, and here's why that one confuses me.
Well, okay, I got a question. Now, does this confuse Philip? Right? When God of War 2018 came out, that game when it was brand new, he literally was telling me, "Yeah, you know what? Like, a lot of people are not gonna watch the stream because they're playing the game for themselves. So, like, yeah, they're gonna like do their own stuff, man." But now suddenly it's a mystery. Like, oh, why would they do that? Oh, okay.
Confuses me. All right. If this were 2010 and this was old DSP in the way that DSP used to cover games, when I used to buy a new game, I literally would sit down, put it into my console, hit record, and record for 8 hours straight. Then I would upload that footage while I went and ate. I would come back and play for another 5 hours. Within the first 24 hours of a game being out, I'd have like
Sure,
12
buddy.
hours of the playthrough live. Then the next day, I would play it again. And usually within 2-3 days, I would slam out a full playthrough of a popular game. The only exceptions would be really lengthy RPGs where I would try to space them out over a week so I wouldn't tire myself out. But even then, I would still play the living crap out of those games, right?
Okay. But what does that have to do with the viewer not watching because they want to play the game for themselves? Like, that doesn't make any sense because that's an on-demand video at the time. This is like you're playing it live. Why would they show up to the live stream if they haven't played it yet? And also, like, not everyone wants to support Game Pass. There's all kinds of reasons why people may not be playing it right now as well. Like, it's whatever. Why isn't Kat playing? It's a new game. Why is she playing it, Phil?
But it's 2025. Modern DSP is a variety streamer. I don't sit here and play a game for 8 to 12 hours in one day. I'm confused at how I could possibly be spoiling a game for you.
So does he not consider this dude? I think this dude does not consider like any part of the game a spoiler unless it's like the mid to late point of the game. Like once he starts getting the plot going and all this stuff, then that's spoiling. But dude, anything you stream is a spoiler. Like if you even by Atlas logic, because if you go by Atlas logic with that with Persona 5, it's like yeah, they understand that like you know the rest of the game, like the beginning of the game, is still a spoiler, but they're willing to let people see that because that stuff, the stuff that they allow people to see isn't the big reveal. Like they didn't want the casino arc era segment be spoiled because that's a big plot point at that point. When you get there, it's like, okay, you start to realize what's actually going on. So they don't want people to see that. So that's why they have these like regulations and rules. But it's more of a concession because it's like, yeah, you're going to stream the game, but at the very least, this is a very pivotal part of the story and that should not be spoiled. But it's just a concession. Technically, everything in the game is a spoiler. Like, I mean, technically, Atlas could have gone way harder on it, saying, "Oh no, you cannot stream it at all." But they try to seem like a cool guy and be like, "Oh yeah, you can stream a little bit, whatever, right? Correct?"
I've played 2 streams of Clear Obscure, and I'm only around 5 hours in, maybe 5.5. I'm not very far into
He's
this
further
game,
in than
and
I
quite
am, and I
frankly,
like the game
anyone
more
who
than
started
him.
playing it on Thursday when it released, on Sunday as of now, probably is way ahead of me. So how you could say, "Oh,
Oh.
I don't want to spoil myself on this game," I'm confused. Now, taking a look at the playthrough as of today, parts 1 and 2 have barely gone above 1,000 views. Parts 3 and 4 have between 500 and 600 views each. Again, compare that to Oblivion. Oblivion, I'm not kidding you, has double to triple the views of each one of those videos, and it's an old game I just played 2 years ago.
Okay.
So this is the point I'm getting to here. All right.
Jeez. And again, he's basing this off of views. He's not basing this off of anything else. Because I feel like if he did, he would like spin his head. He'd be like, "What?" He'd be like telling a robot a paradox. Because this dude, like, everyone online is like loving this game. They're like saying it's a masterpiece. They are like saying it's great and this and that. DSP is the only one that's like, but he's the only one. A new game comes out that everyone likes, and he's the one dude that says the game is good, but like nobody seems to care about it. But then when a game is bad or like has a negative perception, yeah, this game sucks. It's stupid. But a game that's good, it's like, eh. And when you look at this, you kind of start to realize a certain situation starts to emerge. Correct? That it's only coming from him.
I have a feeling
That he's
and
the
maybe
problem.
this is just a feeling. Maybe this is just me. Modern viewers and gamers, at least in my circle, it probably isn't everyone, but for those people who watch my content, have a lot of issue trusting new releases and games media that say that they're good. And what I mean by that is that a lot of the times now, when these new games are coming out,
this is a weird.
there's maybe initially a tiny bit of hype behind it, but once that little bit of hype is passed, most people don't care about these games anymore coming out. There's maybe initially a tiny bit of hype behind it, but once that little bit of hype is passed, most people don't care about these games anymore unless it's a giant game. So, for example, when Doom comes out, perhaps.
Oh my god, this is like so dumb. I gotta hear this
probably
again.
Isn't everyone, but for those people who watch my content, have a lot of issue trusting new releases and games media that say that they're good.
Dude. Oh my god. He spent years shitting on game reviewers. Don't trust them. They're shills. Yeah, they get up early. Yeah, they're saying something they can't say anything negative. He said this for years about any other game. But for some reason, I guess Expedition 33 just happened to be good, so the reviewers were right this time. That they weren't paid off for this game. They were paid off for the other games that I don't like. But like, he spent so many years instilling this like belief that you can't trust reviewers because they get games early and this and that. And now I was like, guys, people just can't trust game reviewers anymore. You can't trust new games. But dude, games have gone up in price. They're like $70. It's probably gonna go up to 80. I mean, Nintendo's already ahead on that, but it's gonna go up to 80 by the next gen. PS6, $80 games. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Games are gonna get more expensive, so of course people are gonna be more skeptical. This has nothing to do with word of mouth or excitement or whatever. But I think if you're gonna be like this analytical about it, people are probably just like they'll talk about it, but they're not gonna like. There's no like how to describe it. Like you're not gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, I gotta take like weeks off for this game. Like, you know, you're only gonna do that for games that you genuinely love, like fans. Like a lot of people would probably do that for like MGS3 Delta, stuff like that, but like nobody cares about midnight releases as much. And stuff like that. I mean it's all like circumstantial, situational, whatever. I mean, half the time you can't really go to a store for a midnight launch anymore because they just don't want nobody wants to pay for that. You know, pay the wages for that, or they just can't do it anymore. Whatever. Or it's like, you know, what's the point? Like, there's really nothing there, right? Right? Correct? But you know, I don't think this has anything to do with general hype for a game.
And what I mean by that is that a lot of the times now when these new games are coming out, there's maybe initially a tiny bit of hype behind it, But once that little bit of hype is passed, most people don't care about these games anymore unless it's a giant game. So, for example, when Doom comes out, perhaps that one will actually have a lot more hype behind it because it's considered a huge.
Guess who's gonna cloud chase that game? Phil Burnell. That's right, the guy who hated Doom Eternal and hated this game for being medieval and having a silly plot. It's funny. I'm into this online somewhere, but every time he talked about why he loved Doom's story was literally he was fixated on yeah, Doomslayer would fuck up these nerds. Like he really was like obsessed with like bullying nerds, and he hated nerds. He hated these scientists that did shit. But it's like even in Doom lore, it's not really like the scientists weren't the problem. It was like in Doom 2016, like it was like this company that wanted us to like go into Mars or go into like hell or whatever the fuck. Like it was just a weird shit like that. You know, you could even make it political if you really wanted to. Not that we have to, but if you wanted to, you could. Like talk about how corporations don't give a fuck. They just say, "Go ahead, see what happens." We need those minerals from hell. We need those demon minerals.
Huge release, one of the biggest of the year, correct? I think maybe that one will have some clout. Um, when the Switch 2 comes out.
Remember when he pretended that he was gonna skip Doom the Dark Ages, and now he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna do it." Clout.
Probably games like Mario Kart and Donkey Kong will have a big boost. When the Metal Gear.
But he's not playing Switch 2, Phil. You don't have a Switch 2, remember? Dude, you know what would be kind of low-key funny? Is, in reality, what if he never did order the Switch 2s? Like, what if he did actually order them from Best Buy? He got it from Best Buy the whole time. And actually, the Walmart was a false flag operation. Like, he wanted people to target the Walmart one so the Best Buy would go through. And he'd have drama to milk. He gets to milk the drama of having the Walmart switches canceled and the Switch 2s from Best Buy. Dude, what if he was playing 5D chess the whole time? And that's why the bank was like, "Wait a minute, buddy. Oh, that money is going out the door? Excuse me, what is this?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, man. It was an oopsie poopsie, dude. Because he was gonna say the Walmart's the fucked up one, and that got canceled, dude. What if it's that? What if he was playing like 5D chess the whole time?"
Your Delta Snake remake comes out.
Delta Snake, what?
When the Switch 2 comes out, probably games like Mario Kart and Donkey Kong will have a big boost. When the Metal Gear Delta Snake remake comes
Delta Snake
out. Delta Snake Eater, remake comes out in August. I bet that will have a big push. Maybe a game like Ghost of Yote later on.
Wow, why? Well, what interesting takes, man. Like, so what games do you think are gonna get big boosts? This big release, that big release, this big release, and this big release. Wow, what a brave take. You know, what a game. I love that you see like nobody can really know a AAA game is gonna be a big boost anymore. But I think Doom's gonna have a big boost. Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, Goose of Yote. Like, these are not like high stake gambles to like wager on. Like really, dude? It's like you might as well be gambling on Marvel movies doing well at the box office
later on in the year, right? But a lot of these games that have been coming out recently, they just don't seem to get that clout. You know what I mean? Even the big ones. Take a look at Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I know that the game sucks, but still, you would have thought that would.
Yeah, because the game had a lot of like shit and drama surrounding it. Like, it's kind of annoying that he talks about Assassin's Creed Shadows like this, but he literally is ignoring the context around it as well, because it doesn't suit his narrative at the current time.
That would have been a game that would have had at least some initial interest outside of the first stream, but no, after that first stream, no one gave a shit about that game.
I mean, I guess technically he could argue that it was so controversial that you would want to watch it to see does it live up to the controversy. And, you know, in my opinion, I do kind of think it was a little bit overhated, because I think it's just typical Ubi slop. Like it's just what you can expect from them. I think a lot of the hate is just kind of like, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to get like too. I don't want to have a streak of fucking political stuff. But I just don't think it. I think a lot of the controversy was just overblown because it was just arguing over, was Yasuke an actual samurai? And people are just like, well, actually, he was, and it's just like, does it really matter in the scope of Ass Creed Shadows? Like, does this really matter? Like, even let's say it was historically accurate, is that gonna change people's opinion of Ass Creed Shadows? Like, people already hated Ass Creed. Honestly, nobody liked Origins, nobody liked Odyssey, nobody liked Valhalla that much. Maybe they liked Origins at the time, but I saw more and more people like kind of like walk away from Ass Creed. So I think even if it was historically accurate, I don't think it would matter. I don't think it was gonna magically be everyone's favorite game, like, at all. That's why I think it was a little bit overhated in a lot of ways. But whatever, I'm not gonna tell you what to think. I will tell you what to play, and the game you should be playing is Guilty Gear. Any Guilty Gear. You don't have to play the new one. You can play the old ones. Play Overture. Fuck it. Play Overture. That's the one you should be playing. Yeah, be brave. It's a trendsetter. Actually, Overture was ahead of its time, if you think about it. So actually play it and respect the history.
It was just dead.
Play Devil May Cry 2.
The interesting take here that I have on it, I feel like what's happened is we are all tired. The last several years.
But I thought we were shell-shocked. I love that he starts off saying that we have gaming shell-shock, but we're tired. Shell-shock implies that you're like surprised. Like, it startles you. Like, the opposite of being tired. Like, you're just surprised there's all that. Like, you'd think that you're having a gaming shell-shock by having all these games come out. Or whatever.
We have had 2 to 3 years where all the big game devs, the AAAs, the big companies who normally you could trust, and you could say, these are going to be great games, have underwhelmed, underperformed, and underdelivered time after time after time.
But why can't he name these games that's not Ass Creed Shadows? Like, a lot of these games that have disappointed either was a victim to to culture war stuff, or it was just like, I don't know what people were expecting with this kind of game, or whatever, or just very simply, sometimes people just have a lot of high expectations that could be borderline unrealistic, or these games are made with unrealistic expectations, and then they're forced to be released in whatever seat that they're in. Like, he might bring up Star Wars, but even that game, I don't even think that game was that bad, as people were saying it is. They just, again, it was an Ubisoft game. Like, if we're just gonna be wheeling out Ubisoft games, then I guess it is disappointing. But there's been other games, like Metaphor's been a solid game. That's a great game. Guilty Gear got a lot of good character DLC. Like, I've been loving playing as Dizzy and Venom. I'm looking forward to Unica. Whatever. There has been a lot of good indie games lately. There's been, even going back to other games has been pretty good. Like, I can't, like, even Zelda, like the Wisdom game, Echoes of Wisdom. Like, I didn't really go back to the game, but I liked the idea of it. It was a very interesting game, and it was kind of like inventive. But it's like, he's acting as if like all these games are all duds, and not just, maybe you're just expecting either too much or you're not willing to give it a chance or whatever, right? I don't know.
How many times can you say, man, this franchise used to be huge, it's time for the new one, and the new one comes out and it's just not that good? And that's bad. We used to have these tried and true companies that would pump out great games every year, and now we can't trust them. The games come out, you got to be skeptical. You got to be questioning, will this game be worth our money and our time or not, right? In addition, let's also be honest,
But that's every game. Like, technically, any game you buy can suck ass. Or it could be the greatest game ever. Or it could have been canceled. Like, you don't even know if the games that are canceled are, like, were gonna be good or bad. You just know they were canceled. And you don't even know why they were canceled. People can, like, speculate on that, but all this stuff is just, like, situational, up to your own, like, perspective, all this stuff. Come on.
Media just doesn't seem very trustworthy anymore. A lot of the times, games media is coming out saying that a game is great that sucks ass. You don't remember what they did with Dragon Age Dawn Guard?
Dawn Guard?
Remember, or excuse me, Veilguard. Dragon Age Veilguard, they had the balls to actually say was the best Dragon Age in over a decade, a return
They had the balls.
to form, a must-play game.
But DSP didn't get that far into it. How would he know? Like, he didn't get that far into it. He didn't get to the meme political cutscenes yet. He even said it wasn't that bad of a game. He said, "Oh, it was just boring, man." But you were at the beginning. But his criticisms of it were ridiculous. It was, yeah, there's a war going on, and people are like sleeping, and they're at a camp. It's like, dude, every story has moments of like calm before the storm, or like little pieces where you're going out of the way doing smaller stuff. And he was complaining that there were side quests. Why am I doing side quests if there's a war going on? I mean, there's side quests in every RPG, and you know, if they did what he said, like, oh yeah, you know what? There's a war going on. None of this would happen. Like, dude, why is there constant action? Why are they doing this? But these reviewers say it's true to form. I mean, reviewers say all kinds of stuff. But I don't even think the reviewers are the reason why people may feel burnt out. I just think it's this perception that if you play what it is, in my opinion, as far as it comes from DSP, is that he himself could just be feeling burnout because he plays a lot of games. Like, he's going from one game to another, to another, to another. And he's talking as if he's burnt out, but I think that's what's going on here. Like, he's playing, like, he thinks if you play the same game over and over, you'll get burnout. That does happen, sure, but the same could happen with anything. He does a lot of variety stuff. That could also lead to burnout because you're not really spending any time with the games you're playing, and you're not really gaining any, like, appreciation either, right?
A game that I played 12 hours of, and I was so fucking bored, I dropped it before I even got to any of the woke stuff that people were upset about. I was bored before we even got to it. And I stopped playing it because the game fucking sucked, you know? So many games media said Assassin's Creed Shadows, amazing. The game is terrible. It is so fucking boring. And that's modern games. They're coming on, they suck.
But again, this also isn't the first time reviewers have done this, though. Like, it's not as if this is a brand new phenomenon that the game media, like IGN, is saying that these games are good. They've been saying that since the PS3 came out. Dude, like, I did a stream or something a long time ago watching old fucking Adam Sessler videos. Let me tell you, like, a lot of it is really funny to watch. Like, I remember, like, back then when I was younger, I was like, oh, wow, Adam Sessler's kind of a cool guy, wow. And then now I look back at it, like, dude, this dude's gaming takes are fucking insane. Like, he made arguments saying that, oh, yeah, I got rid of the cases, I would just put them in a binder. Like, I understand, like, for minimizing, you know, a lot of, like, storage reasons, I get that. But he made it sound as if, like, everyone should do it, which is kind of funny. But anyways, the point I brought up Adam Sessler, everyone's favorite gamer that's around somewhere. He literally has multiple videos of him, like, getting upset that people, like, think that they were paid off to give Killzone 2 a high score. He's like, you think that I was paid off by Sony to give Killzone 2 5 out of 5? You're an idiot. Okay, actually, I play the game, I know the game, and how dare you tell me how I review video games? Like that's Adam's that's like Adam Sessler basically. He had like multiple videos like saying stuff around that, basically. You think that I'm paid off for this?
So what it might be is a combination of we're kind of shell shocked and punch drunk from games not being good, and we don't
Wait,
trust games
what?
coming on. They suck. So what it might be is a combination of we're kind of shell shocked and punch drunk from games not being good.
But what about the games that people enjoy, like Metaphor? Like, this dude literally was saying that I love Metaphor. Everyone loves Metaphor. I mean, people love. I was like Killer is Dead. I keep thinking of Killer 7 or Killer is Dead. Like, those two games are on my mind apparently. But he said that like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out, everyone was loving it. I saw like some people say that the first game was bad, but I've heard nothing but like good stuff about 2, and he's just like, no, the first one sucked, and he doesn't even want to like address how people actually were like excited for that game. He didn't even play that game at all, didn't even touch it, didn't even think about it. Uh but he plays Expedition 33, a game that everyone's talking about. But this is the other aspect. I used to say this a lot too, where a lot of people are playing the game, but they're not watching the game. And maybe that's another like wrinkle in all this, is that it's not that people are punch drunk or whatever. What if they're just playing the game and they don't want to watch people play the game and they want to play it themselves? Like, dude, if he was gonna continue playing Metaphor, I would not be watching his streams because I love the game. I'm nearing the end. I will say I'm level 63, 65 right now. I'm at this dungeon. I don't know what they call this dungeon. It's like, but I have to like not. There's like 4 statues you have to destroy. I destroyed 1 already, so there's 3 left. So I don't know how fucked I am, and I have like 6 days or 5 days, 6 to 5 days left. So theoretically, I think I could beat the game. I could beat this dungeon, but I don't know, man. This one enemy I beat was level 70. I did beat him pretty easily. No one died. I was able to like fucking beat it, but the dude was level 70. I can only imagine what the boss level is. So I'm kind of fucked in that game, but whatever.
And we don't trust game journalists anymore. So when they say a game is good, we almost immediately believe the opposite, that they don't know what they're talking about. They're just a bunch of hacks and schlubs, and they're kissing butt for the sake of kissing butt, and they're not telling the truth.
But then, if that's the case, then why does he also listen to them if the game is bad, right? Then wouldn't he want to try those games out as well? Like, he should put this to the test and play a bad game. Find a game that the reviewers have done a low review on and play it. Why not? Why not?
To some extent, I do think that's true. To be honest, I think that that's what's happened. We have a games industry now.
No. It's his perspective. Because this dude has multiple rants saying, you don't know what to believe anymore. We used to be able to believe in AAA games, and now the indies are taking over. He literally he kind of made it sound many times as if it was embarrassing that indie games are doing better. It's very condescending. Like, he talks as if like the indie developers are like poor people, and the AAA people are the rich upper class. And it's like, I get on the scale that like these AAA games have access to a higher budget than the indie games. But at the end of the day, these people are making video games. Like, you don't need to patronize or condescend to these people who are older or the same age as Phil and are struggling to pay their bills.
Now that everyone just doesn't know what to believe. And a lot of the times you have to watch someone play a game multiple times to really understand if it's something that's worth your time or not. But it's sad because I think that means that the days of people coming by and watching a game playthrough from start to finish may be over. You come by, you watch the first stream, and then you're done, right?
He also said that, well, now this is a streaming game. I'll play a game and then I'll drop it. Whatever. He said something like this like a few weeks ago. And he said it's leading into Oblivion, by the way. It's like sometime before that. And now he's like, I guess now you just gotta play a game and then drop it, man. I mean, dude, you're streaming video games. Like, why doesn't he just he complained about Blueprints. I almost said Blue Dragon. Blueprints for doing well on the day stream and not doing well on the night stream. And he's like, I don't know what to do, man. I can't put on the day stream. That's for Oblivion and Expedition 33, man. But then why doesn't he just be more flexible with his schedule and just play any game whenever? But he has to have all these like reasons and like business rational decisions, whatever the fuck, as to look at what slot. Oh, this game needs the day slot because I need to get more time into it. And instead of like, oh, since this did well in the day stream, I'll put that in the day stream. Okay, no, I feel like playing like Minecraft on the day stream. I'll do that. Okay. Oh no, no. I feel like doing like he's not doing this schedule out of like what he feels, what he wants to do, and just I have to do it this way. Oh, the day streams are for new releases. Like, you don't have to do it that way. But then, like, he's gonna, like, downgrade Expedition 33 to a night stream, like, next week or whatever the fuck. And it's like, this does not sound like a person who enjoys video games. That you're scheduling a game as if, like, you're a receptionist scheduling appointments for an interview or whatever. Like, oh, sir, you want the, you know what, the best time... you need to come at this time for this procedure, okay, man? Like, that's how he's treating his gaming schedule. And then he wonders why he's burnt out on it, right?
Right? You made your judgment, and you don't watch the full playthrough anymore. And a lot of people say to me, well, Phil, why do you drop so many games? I mean, this is why. It's not like it used to be.
He's dropping a lot of games because of less support. Like, what's going on with Disco Elysium, right? Oh, one single stream did not hit the goal. And he's already saying he's dropping the game. One single stream did not hit the goal, and he's already saying he's gonna drop it. He's like halfway through, he's playing it once a week. So you're telling me if he just keeps playing Disco Elysium once a week, he's gonna lose the house? Why doesn't he just play this alongside something else? And again, he has had multiple streams not hit the goal before, and he was fine. But now, if he has like 2 streams that don't hit the goal, dude, Cat may have to cook.
Where I was putting out lengthy playthroughs that were 20 to 40 hours, and every single part would be getting views that would be making money and hundreds
and he also
of thousands.
does not look at the landscape, because I feel like even gaming streams, like, they don't get no attention, but a lot of people also play other games in the same stream. Like, they'll start a stream, they'll play, like, Expedition 33, then they'll switch to Fortnite, or they'll switch to something else. Or they watch a video while they play a game, or they do something else. But DSP is so regimented in playing a game, he doesn't think about, maybe I'll try something else.
Thousands of people following the playthrough. It's not like that anymore. It's like you play a game, you get that initial hype, and then the hype dies within 2 streams, and people are screaming for what's next. But I still like this game. Can I play it more? Well, you can, but we're not going to show up. We're not going to engage, and we're not going to support that content because we're on to the next already. Does that really feel like a healthy game community?
Wait, what?
But we're not going to show up. We're not going to engage, and we're not going to support that content because we're on to the next already. And people are screaming for what's next. But I still like this game. Can I play it more? Well, you can, but we're not going to show up. We're not going to engage, and we're not going to support that content because we're on to the next already. Does that really feel like a healthy game community?
Man, this is like a polite way of shitting on people with ADD. Like, this is like an old rant. He's been having this rant every year, it seems, in his career. Like, this is not like, oh, this is a brand new thing. Because there was like he would complain about people having ADD or ADHD, like, oh, they will go on next game. And now he's doing the same thing, but I guess this time he understands that there's like flack when he said that, so this is like a more polite way of doing that. But it's like, dude, there, you're streaming video games on the internet. There's thousands of people that are streaming the same game. Why don't you look at what they do and try, like, I don't know. I feel like he would do that. Like, see, this is the thing with DSP. You could tell him to, like, oh, you should, like, look at someone else and, like, see what they do differently and learn from that. He'll find the most obnoxious dude, or no, he'll watch someone and he'll see what they are doing and then he'll make it worse somehow. He like everyone was telling him, "Oh, you should have LEDs in the back." No one, no, in no reality did that person, whoever asked DSP to do this, thought we were gonna get obnoxious light shows and DSP to become an RGB junkie. This dude is like obsessed with RGBs and having them flash and do all this other stuff. So you can't even tell him to watch someone else and like see what they do because he'll like just find a way to ruin it. Not like ruin like, oh, now I can't have fun. It's like he'll ruin it for his own at his own expense. Because this dude is just he can't like really think as to what's going on. And at the core problem is simply put, DSP just loses focus, momentum, and interest in any playthrough. Day 1 is full of clown mode. Day 2, it's it's like a funeral's going on. The energy is gone completely. And it's like he puts so much pressure on the game to entertain his own audience that of course what are they gonna do? This is like what Kat goes through when she's streaming with DSP. But everyone's Kat now. Where they're just bored. Because DSP is a boring person. But he can't acknowledge that. It's the game, dude.
A community that literally just picks something up. Oh, this is popular. Oh, I don't want to play with you anymore. That meme where they throw Woody from Toy Story right into the trash.
No, they drop Woody.
That's what it feels like. Everything is popular for 5 minutes, and then immediately we got to move on to the next thing because none of these games have longevity anymore.
Dude, this is like the same take of people like, wow, I love turn-based combat. I hope it makes a return, ignoring all these turn-based games that exist.
Right?
Right?
What baffles me is Oblivion doing so well this week, while the genuinely new game, which I am absolutely loving, and everything about Clair Obscur,
it's so funny. He loves Blueprints, but then when that game was getting all this support, he's like, apparently this game is getting a lot of support. A puzzle game is getting support? Huh? I love Blueprints. I have to put on the night stream though. Maybe, you know what? Maybe they're afraid to say they like the game because they're afraid it's gonna end up on the night stream. Like, because this dude like phrases the night stream as if it's like a punishment almost. Like it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, go to the night stream. Fuck you.
Makes it look like it would be successful. Actually great modern graphics. An amazing soundtrack. And
okay, it's so funny. He says great graphics, modern graphics, and this, that. The game's story runs at 30 frames. This dude shat on many games running at 30 frames, by the way. But he was playing Oblivion, and that game was running at like 30 or whatever because of some update. And you swear, I was listening to it. DSP made it sound as if he was playing at 1 frame per second. Like, he was acting as if the game was unplayable and was, like, falling apart. The game was freezing. It was falling through the map and all this stuff. But he was playing at 30 frames. And he was like, I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this. Like, this is, like, a frustration, like, people have when they're a fucking toddler. I don't want to play this anymore. Over a fucking frame rate. And this dude is saying that Expedition 33 is a beautiful game, and the whole time he's playing, it's like, it's so artistic. Oh, it's so artsy-fartsy. And it's like, dude, you don't even know what art is. This dude played inside and was upset that the game doesn't, like, tell you the ending. And he hates Journey for not explaining anything to you. But again, if like he only likes art for the spectacle and like this sounds smart. But when it comes to actually like grappling with it, analyzing it, he's a babe in the woods. He's confused. He doesn't know what anything means. He can't like read between the lines on anything. And it's funny. He's playing this game, and they have that one girl, Mael, or whatever, Mael as DSP calls her. Uh, Not that character, but the second party member you get in the beginning of the game. He's like she just shows up, and he was like, oh, he's going crazy. He's probably seeing her. He's probably hallucinating. And and I'm starting to notice this with some like with stories, and it got to a point where it was getting a little like where it was in everything, but luckily it's not like too played out, but I do think there's like a a tendency that people think, hey, it's very artistic. Have the main character hallucinate this guy, like you watch House, and they did this a lot in not the last season, like season 5, I think, where the whole time he's like hallucinating. I want to say Wilson's ex-girlfriend or whatever, but I think it was hallucinating someone else that you think is real, but then whatever. Then he hallucinates this other guy, and then he was like, "Oh shit, gotta get help." Whatever, right? Sorry, I'm spoiling House for you House heads out there, but like I feel like that it's this facade almost, like oh, it hallucinations that must be artistic. It must be very smart if they're like, oh, the main character's seeing the dead. Oh, this is so artistic. But like, when simply this person could actually be real, because think about this, right? They're able to summon guns out of thin air and swords out of thin air and all of this stuff. So like, why wouldn't they master teleportation, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess he could be right, but at the same time, I mean, how do you know for sure that she's a hallucination to begin with, right? I don't like to see her try with someone else. But I kind of see where it's coming from, because I kind of felt like I played very little of Valkyrie Elysium. I saw Valkyrie Profile as well, so I don't know if Profile has the same thing necessarily, but I think in Elysium, like, you get party members but these people are like dead already, so you're like, and I think that's like the gimmick with that. I kind of want to get back to that game. I played the beginning of it, I liked it, then I dropped it. Oh, I should go back to it.
An interesting plot and refined turn-based RPG gameplay elements that are quite fun to try to master, with challenging boss fights and all of that, right?
Right.
So what is going on with that particular game? That when I'm streaming it, it's just not doing it. But when I play Oblivion, people start freaking out. I'm lost. I would love to get feedback. If anyone has a take on this or any kind, not doing it. But when I play Oblivion, people start freaking out.
I thought you said I don't play these, start freaking out.
I'm lost. I would love to get feedback. If anyone has a take on this or any kind of feedback is bullshit, I'm telling you, for that's constructive or adds to the discussion, I would love to hear it. Saying dumb stuff like, well, you just don't get any attention is bullshit. I'm telling you.
You don't get any attention is bullshit. Dude, your views it's insane. I never thought I'd see the day that his daytime stream would be this low. Let's go to today's stream. Let's see what Raw Phil is reporting for today's stream. And he's in all blue.
The other direction. All right.
Oh, wow. This is something. 263 views. Dude, I never would have thought he would do this. He would have those numbers on the day stream. Like, ever. Like, I kind of expected 300, but it was always like mid 300 to 400 usually. Like, it's been going down and down and down.
All right, just for the record. So here it is. This is the closet right here.
Why is this rotate? Oh, I think it's that for like Disco Elysium. So are we doing?
I have a closet right next to me. In fact, what is the closet game got nominated 20 times? So, and then after on the community tab, next month, and we're going to play the new Onimusha game next year. So there you go. That's like the perfect example right there.
Oh my god, this is a script. He said this yesterday.
Great playthrough. I liked Onimusha so much. We're going to play Onimusha 2 HD next month, and we're going to play the new Onimusha game next year. So there you go. That's like the perfect example right there. Okay. But the catch, the very catch of the Viewer's Choice event is that we need time for people to nominate games in this thread. Then I need to tally up the most nominated.
This is such bullshit. This is, oh my god. Now I'm thinking of all the bullshit about this. Think about it. He's saying we need time. That's the catch. He could say the same shit if it's the $100 goal, the 100 streak goal, whatever the fuck. He's like, guys, we need time. We need time. Do we want to do this for the 100? Why don't we just say yes? We'll do it now. Then if it's such a fucking deal.
Games, make a poll, and then people need time to vote on the poll to determine what the game right now. Viewer's choice. I'll set up a thread after about maybe a week of make a poll. You guys is the closet Vesta. Okay, so that's option number 1. Option number 2 is the closet festival.
Oh my god. Okay, so we still don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna get this ready when we're gonna go back to what I was doing. I got a little derailed, but he has like 200 views now. And he's like, yeah, it's bullshit to say I have less attention. Okay, dude.
The Oblivion stuff's doing incredibly well. But why? Why Oblivion? A nearly 20-year-old game that I literally played 2 years ago. Why would that blow the new hot RPG out of the water when it comes to attention, engagement, and support? I'm confused and lost. And I'd love to get any kind of feedback that I can, because I can't make heads or tails of it. And the tough part about that is, quite frankly, how do I know what to do? How do I know what to judge to put into the schedule? This week I didn't know, so I just balanced it. We're doing 2 Oblivion streams and 2 Clear Obscure streams because I don't know what else to do about it, you know?
Oh, well, you also don't have any other game to play, so that's the other. That's
because
the other
of social
thing.
media. People now have the attention span of a fly. No one has patience anymore for anything.
Oh yeah, those fucking whippersnappers and their fucking Twitters and their fucking phones.
There you go.
There you go.
Fed Roger, we just talked about that. It's just going to be people who are trying to avoid spoilers. Dude, I'm 5 hours into Claire Obscure. Most people who bought the game on Thursday or got it on Game Pass on Thursday are more than 5 hours.
But he's asking this after playing, like, what, day 2 of Clear Obscure? That's still, like, spoiler territory, and he's further along than I am. Hello?
Into it. It's Sunday. I'm not even playing it again until tomorrow. What spoilers are you avoiding unless you're playing it at snail's pace, right?
Maybe people are playing it very slow.
The blog says the only thing I can think of is people want to see you play games they're familiar with. There may be something to that, correct?
But I also just love that he's saying this, but oh my god, what was he gonna say? Whatever.
Take a look at Viewers' Choice events. They almost always do well, and we almost always get a game.
Yeah, because they get a pick of the game they want you to play. Did they vote for Expedition 33? Maybe he should just do Viewer's Choice for the rest of his career.
Game that becomes an actual successful playthrough like Onimusha HD was, right? It could be that now I've been there, done that, and you're more interested in seeing me play a game that you like from your past and you have passion for, rather than a game that's just brand new. Maybe that's care about Oblivion and the Elder Scrolls in general over an indie French RPG, no matter how objectively good it is.
This is the other thing I hate. He asks for feedback and he just reads it and then moves on. He doesn't, like, think about what he just read. Like the fucking, people have social media. Like, he had nothing to say to that. Just, there you go. Could be that. Like, because he wants to hide other people's opinions. That's all this is. And it's like, this is not how you have a conversation. I want feedback. Okay, here's some feedback. Okay, so I'm gonna blame you if something goes wrong,
People
right?
care about Oblivion and the Elder Scrolls in general over an indie French RPG, no matter how objectively good it is.
You have anything to say to that? Hello? No, nothing. What? Yeah, nobody cares. Okay. Remember all these rants? This dude was like, people should give indie games a chance. Nobody should just play AAA. Try indie games. Why didn't he say, well, people should try this game out? It's an indie game, dude. But no, he just reads that and says, oh, okay.
And I guess here's another question. So what's going to be the next hype thing then? Because if last week we had Oblivion and we had
Oh my
Clear
god, dude. People told him Stellar Blade at launch. Didn't play it. Wait until Christmas. Played the beginning of it after promising a full playthrough. Then said the game sucks even though he played it, wanting to hate it. I mean, come on. Come on now, dog.
but everyone
People told him Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was pretty hype. He refused to play that. All he wants, all he's wanting is his dumbass fans. Like, I love that this dude thinks that his fans are so stupid that they'll be swayed by anybody. Anybody can just show up and try to say, hey, Phil's a doo-doo head. And he thinks that his entire time, like, he is? Oh my god, he is a doo-doo head. But he's trying to get them all to fall in line with what they want him to fall in line with.
everyone just went with Oblivion. So what's the next hype thing? The next actual game that's coming out is Metal Eden. And this is the game that I just told you about.
Dude, when he brought Middle Eden, he did talk about Middle Eden in the past, but it was very like infrequent. So so whatever. But the most loud memory I have of him talking about Middle Eden was him literally saying that it was a bad idea for this game to come out in the same month of Doom because people are gonna play Doom over a Doom knockoff, and now he wants to play Middle Eden randomly out of the blue. Like, now he's talking about, because he did say at one point that he might want to play it to compare it, but if that's the case, then he doesn't have to beat it. He could just play a little bit of it, play Doom, or play both, but he's so afraid if he plays both that suddenly we're gonna, like, hate Doom and hate life and not want to enjoy Phil streams anymore.
It comes out, I want to say it's like the 5th or 6th of May. So Metal Eden is a action-based first-person shooter.
Why are we playing a Doom knockoff, by the way? He doesn't want to play Kazan or these other FromSoft knockoffs, but he's running to play Metal Eden. I hate this dude when it comes to this knockoff bullshit. I hate it. Like, it started with multiverses. Because he went full tryhard fighter mode, fighting game guy mode on multiverses that was doomed from the start. Was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna play this game and this and that. But Super Smash Brothers, yeah, it's a party game, yeah, whatever. Okay, but he plays a fucking knockoff. Same with Dreamlight Valley. He plays all these other knockoffs, a Sim knockoff, all this. But FromSoft is so holy to him, he will not play the other FromSoft knockoffs that might even be good. He just happens to play Lies of P because Bloodborne is not getting a sequel, man. And then he plays another Crab's Treasure, which, you know, if this was any other game, he'd say it looks dumb. If the crab was a girl, he'd say that this looks like shovelware because of how it looks. If this is a random indie game, he'd say it looks like shovelware. He mocks every indie game that looks exactly like another Crab's Treasure. There's been indie games that look like that. He mocks how it looks. But he plays another Crab's Treasure and he's like, he loves it. But now we are willing to play other knockoffs, but not Kazan because that's a knockoff. Like, where's your standards, man? Where's your consistency?
It seems to combine elements from games like Doom and Quake together. But it's set in the future. It's like sci-fi where you're a cyborg and you're fighting other cyborgs.
Where did he hear this?
And it looks great. It looks like what I would have wanted Doom to do with Doom's reboot in 2016 rather than where it
Holy
went.
God, I think I know what he's gonna do. I think I know why he wants to play this game. Theo Theory, the little gremlin inside DSP's fucking pig head. I think he wants to play both, and then he's gonna hate Doom the Dark Ages, and then praise Middle Eden for being Doom, and say, well guys, look at Middle wait, this isn't even Doom, but this is actually Doom, and Doom is not Doom. And you have these weird ass rants that people are gonna fucking bash their head into the fucking wall over because, dude, these two games can exist and be fun and all this other stuff, but DSP will pit them against each other because this dude loves being such a petty baby.
Went with Doom Eternal, this would have been a better way to go, in my opinion.
But what if this has a story?
So I'm curious about that. Like, will that get any traction? Right? What will actually be the next hype thing that everyone wants to see me do outside of Oblivion? And by the way, how long will Oblivion last? Because it seems even when things get to this level of hype,
I thought, right, he was only... Remember when Oblivion was going to be a game he was going to not do a full playthrough on, and he was just going to play a little bit and then drop it? No, he's still going to play it from start to finish. I guess he's not going to do the full playthrough thing, as in, like, do everything in the game. But he's still going to play it to completion. Like, he's still going to beat the game.
the hype doesn't last either. Right? It just doesn't. It's like
So
there's hype for
oh my god! This whole argument was based on the fact that Oblivion has had hype. And now we say, well, this hype's gonna go away too. So even that's not safe from people losing interest then. So then it has nothing to do with that kind of game and just in general, right? So it doesn't matter. So who cares? Maybe it's not the game that's the problem then, but he can't accept that. No, it must be the society.
for a couple days, and then the hype is dropped, right? Moxer says, why would people play a game that's like Doom instead of playing the new Doom game?
Dude, this is like as annoying as fucking as in this weekend streams. The whole time he was guilt tripping the fuck out of his chat for not hitting the goal. Like, guys, the goal, we gotta hit the goal, guys. Guys, come on. I love Suikoden. I love it. And it's like, you can't let these fuckers breathe for one stream? And it's insane.
Game because it comes out first. Very simply. Metal.
Whoa, buddy.
Moxer says, why would people
that Kazan game came out before Sekiro 2 or whatever the game that they said it's like. Why is he playing that?
People play a game that's like Doom instead of playing the new Doom game? Because it comes out first. Very simply. Metal Eden comes out on May 6th, and Doom the Dark Ages comes out May 15th. It's got almost, over a week head start, and people who are craving an action art FPS are going to play Metal Eden.
But they're gonna wait for the full course meal from the actual authentic Doom and not eat the knockoff slap from another indie company, man. Right? Right?
Pretty simple.
And by the way, he'd mock people for doing this. Yeah, these people who are playing these FromSoft knockoffs, they're just desperate to play FromSoft. They're doing this because they're dying to play and they can't even wait. Or whatever the fuck. He'd probably shit on them.
Right? What's up, King Michael? How are you, man? Good to see you over on
Hi,
Kick. What's going
Michael.
on?
Hello.
Yeah, Doom will definitely be on Game Pass because it's Bethesda. Bethesda owns it. So it'll be a Game Pass game.
Or you can buy it early. For $100.
Colette says, I feel like you created your niche. Action and FromSoft games are the games people go to you for. Yeah, but not really. And here's why I say that, right?
Oh my god.
You say action
I love
and
asking for feedback. Every piece of feedback, he's shooting it down. No, man, you're wrong.
Souls games. Souls games work, don't get me wrong. But even then, they don't last the entire time. Like, for example, when I was playing the Elden Ring DLC last year, maybe 3-4 streams, and after that, it definitely petered out. And even though I was at the toughest part of the DLC...
Dude, he told us that DLCs don't do well.
These epic final bosses, people weren't that interested in it.
Whatever.
Right? Those last few streams against Radon, no one really cared. Action games, yes and no. Like, sometimes, if I don't play an action game for a while, right? And then I go back to it. Then people will care.
Like,
right now, I haven't
so
played Call of Duty in
Why
almost
do we
2
have
weeks.
it?
If I play it again, say, next week, I bet it'll do well.
Probably because
But
he
if I
thinks it's
play it
funny.
regularly in the schedule, people say it's boring. You know what I mean? Like, it's very hard to figure this out because I want to be having a rotation of games that people like, but at the same time, how do I ever enjoy an RPG?
This dude used to say a lot. You can't please some people all of the time, and you can't please everyone all of the time. Or whatever the fuck, You can please some people all of the time, but you can't please all the people all of the time. You can please some people all the time. You can please all people some of the time, but you can't please everyone all the time, whatever. Right? He used to say that a lot. A lot. And now that's out the window.
If the case is that every time I play an RPG, people are like, meh, I don't like RPGs, you know. And again, even the style of RPG. Like, Oblivion's doing well, but Clair Obscur isn't. But Clair Obscur is the new hot game. Like,
But it's an indie game. Remember we used to say that no one cares about indie games?
I did play Bulletstorm. Yes, I did. I played it back in the day. It was a really interesting FPS, and it had a single player story.
But this kind of does have a point if you think about it, because he plays a lot more action games. How many turn-based RPGs has he played outside of like fucking Suikoden? Not that much, like at all.
But it was mostly the single player that got traction, right?
Like you had to be tricked into playing it to play them.
Will I give the new Painkiller a chance? I don't know. Maybe. Again, it's kind of similar. It's like a story-based FPS game, right? Doom comes out the 13th. Is that true? Let me double check.
That's for the premium. Oh my god, dude! Do they not
You're
know what a
apparently
premium
right.
is? Okay, whatever. Find out.
I don't know how I wrote down the 15th. I have the wrong date. Let me fix that. Thank you for the correction, so that way I know what date it actually comes out.
All right.
I'll have to play the crap out of it to beat it within a week. My name in Kick Chat? Yes, I can. Tip. Here we go. Out. For Doom, Metal Eden comes out. Thank you for the correction, so that way I know what date it actually comes out. There we go. So it's 1 week before Doom, Metal Eden comes out. Wow.
He literally told us before it came out a week before Doom. And now he's acting as if this is new information.
How long it is, because it means I'll have to play the crap out of it to beat it within a week. Because people are just going to want Doom once Doom comes out.
But they have Metal Eden. You said if they want Doom, they got Metal Eden, man. But I love that he already wants to conveyor belt the fuck out of this game. So there's a chance he may rage, because if he wants to, because he rages over like he wants to make progress every stream. He rages when he wants to get something done in time, and if he can't do that, he gets mad. So that's gonna piss him off. It's a hell of his own making. When normal people would just play both and like
can I write my
deal
name in
with
Kick
it?
Chat? Yes, I can.
Like I'm playing Metaphor in Expedition 33. I'm not fucking like
I
need to beat Metaphor right now.
Came in.
I need to beat it right now, right this second.
I got 222 tips.
Okay.
We ever play any VR games like Beat Saber or Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted? Well, I've already kind of
Why did he type in Kick Chat? Okay. Who was he replying to?
I got 222 tip.
What?
From
okay,
what?
Whatever. I don't
like
care.
Beat Saber or Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Well, I've already kind of explained my rationale of why I don't do VR. Allow me to reiterate, since you're asking again. I'll be nice about it.
Wait, what was the
Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Well, I've already kind of explained my rationale of why I don't do VR. Allow me to reiterate, since you're asking again.
Oh my god, fucking shut up.
At a time, so it was very frustrating.
Oh, I can't see the VR. Oh my god.
Idea of how my content works.
But the other idea is that it costs a lot of money to get VR. It's not $10.
Or I could buy one of these other high-end. And number two, the stream just wouldn't be that good. It would be like a gimmick stream for like a one-off stream. Such a good game on VR, and everyone.
DSP is a fucking gimmick.
They're just not that good streams where I do it. You guys are so used to VR, right? That could be one of our goals. Where I don't know.
No way.
So.
No, don't tell me.
I guess we'll see. Maybe that could be something. Maybe we could do a marathon day of VR.
Dude. So, he won't do VR because it's bad for the content, but now it can be a goal. Is he gonna use the PS4's VR? That wouldn't be good. You know, he has a game. He could play Half-Life Alyx. We got a goal, guys. Half-Life
Right?
Alyx.
That could be one of our goals. Where, oh, hey, we want to do a VR marathon day, and you buy a headset for like $300-400, but then that day you just do VR games all day in your office and see. It would also be difficult to do now because I have this dual.
So he do it for one day. So let's hit a goal. That way I can spend $300 just willy-nilly like that for VR to use for one day and then throw that shit in the closet. Meanwhile, he did not want to save any money to get better hardware. Like, he's not even saving money to change the motherboard in his PC. Why doesn't he do that? Wouldn't that be a good benefit? Because he could also use the internal capture card and all this other stuff. No, why do that? Let's just keep the same motherboard lemon that I bitched about, right?
Dual setup.
I gotta spend money on things that. But
So
guys, he's very good with money. He's
it
very good with money.
viable. I don't have room. I would have to move this desk all the way to the wall, find a way to get my microphone to stretch and move. You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing just isn't really viable with my setup right now. You know?
You can have your fucking mic just stay in the center of the room.
I'm just
like,
not too interested in it.
He's acting as if, like, to do VR, you have to, like, walk around the room and, like, jump up and down and, like, be in a warehouse, basically. You don't have to do that. Like, you could probably, like, sit down and play Half-Life Alyx, probably.
Okay. I received a $3 from. Maybe you could take a stance and speak out to the viewers every time a new game.
Oh my god, what is this? What is this fucking idea?
I get where you're coming from. Maybe you could take a stance and speak out to the viewers every time a new game comes. You'll test it for 3 streams. If attendance and support get drops and gets too low, then so you're gonna drop it. People won't expect you to play the game till completion. You get more names into the rotation that way.
He is already claiming to do this.
I mean, yeah, like, for example,
Jeez.
with Oblivion, I told everyone right up.
Okay, I'm done with this. We're just regurgitating at this point. Let's see what he says here.
Good morning, everyone. On today's show, got a couple big topics. First, we got to talk about what happened last night with Disco Elysium, because after
God damn it,
almost 2 months of playing
this will
game,
be a rant.
It seems like finally the bottom has fallen out.
It's one stream.
Today we must determine what will.
Again, remember this: if like Oblivion gets one slow stream, just see what he does for that one stream. That one slow stream. Look what he does to it. I guarantee he'll still play it.
Be the upcoming marathon for when I hit 50 goals, because we need to start building towards it and preparing for it. And unless we determine what it is, we can't do that. So today we will come to some important decisions, plus chill vibes, Q&A, and more on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Okay, so it's like 2 pieces of shit. So no gaming news. I would have done gaming news if we had gaming news, guys. That sucks. Sad day. I mean, I could look for like the Disco Elysium rant, but I don't think so. Oh wow, he's already showing a hat, and the Bender hat. Wow, cool, man. Okay, we're just gonna go live. Fuck it.
Games in the upcoming Viewers' Choice Marathon event.
Oh, we're doing Viewers' Choice.
And good luck.
Oh.
Here we go.
We're doing Viewers' Choice,
Have that go
guys.
every 20 minutes. It'll post that in chat.
But he has like 286 viewers. I mean, that's close to 300.
Update. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing on Kick. I'm going to do a timed command, timed message. Here we go.
Okay.
So, let me go ahead and post up that message in heavy, and it deals with topics you would never see dealt with in
Oh, look, fucking Jasper's in the office. So Cat's at work.
a video game. And probably Phil's playthrough of it, if he ever played it, would be completely unique because we know that the things he says and does, the way he handles things in games, especially narrative-based games, is very entertaining and different than what a lot of other people did.
Oh, I thought
right? The problem was it wasn't a console
I thought he was going to say, like, people are gonna want to start drama.
game for a very long time. And then all of a sudden it did get ported to console, but it was late to the game when it did. You know, it had already
But the
been out.
thing is, see, this I hate when he talks about this because, dude, your PC at the time could have definitely handled fucking Disco Elysium. Like, he acts as if, like, if you play these indie games, his gaming PC was gonna, like, blow up.
Been out on PC for an extended period of time. There wasn't a lot of demand for me to play it. People had mentioned Disco Elysium over the years, telling me, "Oh, if you ever played it, it would be epic and it would be this amazing playthrough."
But it came out
But
on
quite
console,
frankly,
whatever. It came out on console pretty
I
a few years ago.
never really thought to play it. Then it's the reason why we're playing. But all those games and said, "I'll donate it so you know what it's all about." This game,
Okay.
trying to investigate a murder, conversations. And sometimes these are about politics. They're about religion. They're about the nature of existence and the human
Oh,
condition.
man.
They're about people treating people with respect. They're about, strikes and workers' rights and things like that. You might say, well, what the hell does that have to do with anything? And the answer is very simple. Nothing.
Oh my god, fuck! Oh my god, fuck this dude. How does it have nothing to do with the game? It's entwined with the world. Dude, I haven't played Disco Elysium, but to say that it brings up these things for no reason is so ignorant. Like, yeah, this dude fucking respects Sar. Yeah, fucking kiss my ass.
It has nothing to do with anything. But
Poor
that's how the game
Jasper.
is, okay?
And then I love that this dude, like, just there's all these memes where people are like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, but my cat's sitting on my lap. Guess I'm going in my pants because nobody wants to, like, fucking remove their cat from their lap because it's like a cute thing and they love their animal. DSP, okay, Jasper, down you go. I've never seen anyone so quick to, like, remove Jasper to move their cat. Like, dude, I was playing Metaphor one day when I was babysitting my brother's cats, and dude, it was so cute. It was so cool. I had Tiago and Yuxu were sitting on my lap, and I was like, this never happens. This never happened before. It was like amazing. And they gave me luck. I was able to beat the boss I was on. They gave me massive luck. Banger cats. Kick-ass cats. The goats. And this dude, yeah, get on my lap. Fuck off.
The game literally throws you crazy off
It
the
is- it
rails
is-
into these insane dialogues. And as you develop these dialogues, you can actually get thoughts in your head that if you give them enough time in the game, you get stat boosts, you get abilities. The game is like an RPG where you level up and actually can update different abilities that will let you pass a speech check. A lot of the times, though, the game is just RNG. So you'll be deducing something
Like
to
life.
do with something you're
Yeah.
investigating, and it'll be like, well, because you have very strong composure, you have a 58% chance to pass this random dice roll as if you're playing Baldur's Gate 3. Okay? So you'll do the
Okay.
dice roll, and whether you win or lose, it depends on if you can continue on with this line of plot and investigation or not. It's very unique, but let me tell you something.
All
I
right,
definitely feel like Disco Elysium is a game that is fun to play, but man, it's got to be boring as
Oh,
hell to watch
great.
because nothing ever really happens. Sometimes
Nothing
I'm not kidding. You'll
happens.
be in a 25-minute conversation with one person that goes in circles and doesn't really amount to anything. Other times, there'll be massive developments where after trying to
Oh
do
my
something
God,
for
dude.
6
Not everything
hours,
has to
it
be
finally happens and it
progress.
leads to another discovery and another development and a
Oh,
bunch of action
man,
happens. And,
okay.
oh, so
Oh.
it really is a game that I feel is unique, yet why people probably aren't in love with my playthrough of this game. At least to
What?
understand what it is and what they were trying to do with it. But at the same time, I get why people probably aren't in love with my playthrough of this game.
Okay.
It's kind of slow. It's really hard. to stay focused when these conversations go off the rails about completely unrelated topics. And quite honestly, I think it's probably pretty boring to watch. You keep playing it. Well, we got a lot of support, and they would come back like it and keep going more than once a week. 15 years I've been, all right, as
All right.
long as people would still be over. Well, last night, occurrences and developments in the game. They made the game way more. So the plot actually, if people,
I love that the stream that he's dropping it is when the plot he's telling us the plot got really good, guys. Oh my god! But we'll never know now because you didn't give me money. This dude is so man.
people aren't interested in it, shit, and give you my opinions on it after having played it behind the scenes. But I really don't know why I'm like, perhaps this would be a game that years down the road, if I get some free time, I would play it for myself. And
Why can't this fucking idiot play games with his wife offline? He watches his dumb wife play fucking slop all day on his day offs. Like, she can't play why can't they both play Metaphor together? She likes Metaphor, but he watched her play Persona 3 Reload. But they can't, she can't play Metaphor and he can just watch her play Metaphor? Why not?
finish it and give you my opinions on it after having played it behind the
He watched her
scenes.
play Horizon.
But I really don't know why I'm streaming it. You know, it's not even just, at the very beginning of the stream, connected, wasn't paying attention. At the end, I said to everyone, I told you guys, it's kind of like, you know what it feels like? It feels like what used to happen when I did private videos.
He only is thinking about this because the dude in his chat yesterday was like, can I send a private video? And DSP could not say no. Because he's scared. He's scared to say no. So he's like, I don't do it anymore. You can say it to me. You know, I'm not gonna promise you anything. Like, just say no, dude. Like, he says no to things so quickly, but when it comes to, someone asking him, something inoffensive, he can't say no to it. It's insane.
People would go to my Patreon and stream tonight. I'm filming tons of private videos who like me enough who would pay me to entertain a...
And that... Dude, okay, I'm gonna bully him about this fucking Patreon shit. Oh my god, why is... oh my god, it's not doing what I want. Please be the actual fucking account. Look, he doesn't even change the fucking tiers. He still has $50. $50 in the fucking thing there. Why? He doesn't say, "Oh, I don't do this anymore." No, you can always give him $50. And by the way, you can now gift memberships. Isn't that cool? Oh man. Oh man.
A public audience, that's where my success lies. Not to say that I don't appreciate those who have supported me privately with contributions, with private videos.
I gotta
with
edit this
donations,
fucking
but
video.
that's definitely
fucking
not where
Google
my
and
bread and butter
bullshit.
comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like, my main support comes from streaming
Okay,
publicly
I'm gonna rant about something. I fucking hate Google on how you go to a page and sure, if you can log in with a Google account, whatever, but it will just list your accounts. And it's I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't want that. Just leave it alone. Shut up. It's fucking bullshit. Fucking stupid fucking Google. Oh, whatever. At least I know the timestamp to look for it, and it was and it's nothing super duper intrusive.
This and getting support during a live stream. So I have to focus on what works the best. And basically doing a stream a week of 2.5 hours of gameplay, that's literally for a small handful of people. And now I'm beholden to them to actually show up and support that stream. It just doesn't really work. Okay. So that's all I can really say. And I apologize. And like I said, and it sucks. I mean, literally 50, whether that be a fighting game stream. I'm not saying this is the end all be all. It's not much I can do. Probably what it ended up being. I have to do it for a public about that. It's not that it's a bad game, and glad I got that out, man. What the
Okay, who cares about this? All right, let's do a vibe check, and then
want to
I'll be
find a
out of here.
playthrough that I've done? Go to the playlists tab of the DSP.
Okay, I don't give a fuck. He got $72. All right, thank you for watching. Now I gotta fucking add a PNG to this fucking stream. It's bullshit. But it's whatever. At least it wasn't anything intrusive or whatever. I mean, technically, actually, either way, it's editing. Actually, now that I realize, either way, it's editing. But it is what it is. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Here's an automaton performance to make up for my frustration. Alright, there you go. Thank you for watching. Bye.